Good morning, Neil.
Morning, Scott.
I'm giving away tennis balls, baseball tickets. I'm going to Debbie Reynolds Hotel on Saturday night in Miami Lakes, otherwise known as Don Shula's Hotel.
How much rimming did you have to do to get that story by Dave Worm and CityLink? Man, this is a suck job. It's beautiful.
You know,
it is incredible.
It's a byproduct of your brilliance. Clearly, the fact that
he even licked around the edges of my ass a little bit.
Yeah,
a couple times.
It's important, I think, to anything I do at this station, if I'm not involved with you, I put into my contract with Mr. Reed that I just won't be involved in anything unless it's involved with you. Nothing at all. I will do nothing unless...
Do you know who Mo's favorite baseball player was?
Who's that?
Daryl Dingleberry.
You know, he loves to work action in his Dingleberry. He's from... I think he's...
Not bad.
You need to start a cartoon on
the
NeilRogers.com. Dingleberry Heights is where he lives. And just have a picture of him fisting himself, because that's what he does every day.
This is the guy that you play golf with, or used to anyway.
And you know what my name is? He calls me Mother Effer. Every day when he sees me.
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
He's got it.
I told him this morning, the first words out of my mouth were, he said, "So what's with you?" And I said, nothing. I just bought my girlfriend a 16-inch banana dildo yesterday. And he didn't know what to think. He just went home. He's going
home to peel it.
You know, it's already peeled. That's the nice thing. That's the end of it. You just do a little bit of this.
I'm not talking about the banana either.
Oh.
Anyway, toward the end of this article, which I'm going to read this, I'm not going to read the whole thing because we don't have that many hours.
That would take 6 toilet sessions.
It would take like a week of shows. But
dude, that thing's like reading an entire Playboy. It takes all day.
There are 2 paragraphs in here. It looks to me like you're throwing Mo under the truck.
Go ahead. Right. What does it say?
Huh?
Go ahead. What does it say?
It says, at 8:14, meaning you, he breaks for a commercial, removes his headphones, and says, I try to give them their money's worth. 3 quick segments later, he says, can you believe it's been an hour? When the show has ended, Ferrall, wiping sweat from his forehead, says, 2 hours is just not long enough, contrasting an earlier opinion that less of me means more.
See how smart
Wait a minute. Do not interrupt.
He can read between the lines.
Whichever version Ferrall believes, someone could easily envision a scenario in which his show swallows 2 more hours. If you're WQAM, how do you hold back on a promoter so tireless he's willing to offer himself as bait, inviting 150 listeners to I Hate the Mets?
I've been offering my services to God, you, because when you work 1 day a month now, starting next week.
1 day a year, yeah.
Yeah, 1 day a month, 1 day a year, 1 day every other year. I just whatever I can do to accommodate Mr. Reed and the locals here. I just want to help the citizens.
So what's the fallout from that? We never got an update. You were volunteering to fill in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to noon. For free.
I don't know, because it turns out they wanted to talk about it yesterday, but Clarence and Duff both went and had their rectums checked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Whose was cleaner?
Turns out Duff's, and Duff ended up liking the drugs a lot more than Clarence. Clarence didn't even say hi to me this morning.
I understand that there's like traffic signs in Duff's colon.
Oh, my God, there is. There's actually about, those long lights like at 441 and Ives there.
There's like one-way signs.
Yeah, there's no U-turns.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you. And my favorite one, slippery when wet and a bridge freezes first.
He came in this morning to give me his daily health report, Duff. He said they actually found something in there. I said, boy, what a surprise that is.
It actually was the polyps that I have on my throat cords, his rectum polyps.
Well, listen, since it's time for our first break, have a great day, Scott.
Have a great day, Neil.
See ya.
Don't you go back to Canada, you bastard.
What are you eating?
Meat.
Meat, but it's raw. You can't eat that raw. You'll get man-cow disease. Oh.
I eat like a man. Meat makes you grow up big and strong, like Neil. What's that you got?
I got biscotti. Watch this. I can dunk it without dripping.
You eat like a pussy, like a girl, like a sport hole.
Hola.
Oh, hi, being a boy.
I like food.
Well,
I like this. Oh, little that.
How about eating off your own plate?
This is good too. And a little bit this. Have some of your plate.
You're like a fly I want to swat away. Get out of here. Oh man, I want to slob.
Here, try one of these.
Gracias.
It's chocolate.
See when you don't get laid? That's going to happen to Clarence, too.
Yeah, you talk about women all the time. Mo only talks about men. I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe I can get a gig singing Boca Brian songs. Deldy, Deldy.
You scare me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He scares me, too, I'll tell you. 10:07 at 560 WQAM. We're safe, Beaner Boy. Your job is secure. Because, quite frankly, if they don't want the bedtime stories anymore, you're out. I mean, what do we need you for if they're not going to do the bedtime stories? Yeah, think about it. Put on your thinking cap. Think of a good answer.
I like food.
Okay. Here's the poll result from yesterday. Should Neil keep posting the bedtime stories on a website? Now, it's very obvious to me that some of the people who voted in some of the other categories were just doing it to, like, bring down our total under 50%. Didn't work. 53%! How do you like that? Actually, I think that's about as high as we were. 816 out of 1,538 say absolutely.
I want to give you a kiss.
No, that's not it.
Absolutely.
That's close. 816 said, yes, it's important. Keep pumping out those bedtime stories. But see, a lot of the right-wingers, the 50 or 60 that we got, they were voting the other categories. Because they'd like to deter us from putting something on there beside the usual right-wing pablum. I'd rather see more naked pictures, 303. I rarely read them, 164. I only care about the poll, 118. I don't need it. I read lots of news websites, 82, 5.3%, a little on a snooty side. See, that's a snooty response, and I put it on there because I knew some of you would vote that. What? I don't need them. I read lots of news websites. What does that mean?
They don't need them.
No, it means that they're smarter than us, as opposed to, well, maybe I'm not going to read them, but a lot of other people don't have time to read all of this. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rather than adopting that attitude, they want to show us how much more intellectual they are than us. And I mostly care about the goofy stuff, 55 of our audience, out of 1,538. Not bad. So what do you think about Ferrall 6 to 10? See, what I'm thinking is probably what's going to happen, and I'm just thinking out loud. Or what I'm thinking is what should happen. When football season starts, which isn't really all that far away, a couple of months before those exhibitionist games start. When's the first Dolphin exhibition game? Anybody know?
No.
Well, you could look it up. You could look at Miami Dolphins on the internet there, since you got my nice pewter that you're sitting there dealing with. And don't be downloading any goddamn music while you're sitting there either, Beaner Boy, please. Okay? It's the last thing we need, is a raid.
Preseason August 8th.
August 8th. So like I said, it's only a month and a half away, the first exhibitionist game. I'm thinking with the Dolphin season starting pretty soon, Mo, he needs to concentrate being a doddering old man. Now, needs to focus all of his energies on those play-by-play games, don't you think?
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is that maybe they come to some kind of an accommodation with the old man. Write him a check, few bucks, and say, okay, that's it. Just concentrate on the Dolphin thing. And we'll put Joe and Mark back 2 to 6, and we'll put Ferrall on 6 to 10. And take all the heat off of your old ass. Do you think that's a possibility?
Possibility.
Because this story at CityLink, and if you want to read the whole story on Ferrall, if you got a few extra hours, it's like reading a book, but it's great. Dave Warm, who also gives me a couple of nice, thanks a lot, Dave, you're okay in my book. I told you CityLink was great, and you're saying, they screwed you over. You're always like driving a wedge between me and everybody else.
That's me.
Because you're insecure. You're afraid that if, I get cozy with anybody else, then we'll blow your ass out. But anyway, Dave Warm, it says, if Neil Rogers is God, Scott Ferrall must be Satan.
Absolutely correct, sir.
And the front cover, anyway, you can go to the website, citylinkmagazine.com. Citylinkmagazine.com, and you can't miss it because it's a big full-color photo of Ferrall looking at his very craziest. And the article, like I said, goes on about 600-700 pages, makes that Hillary book pale into insignificance. Oh, speaking of that, see that?
Yeah.
How I fell into that crap? Hillary book, here you go, page 1. Here's the last paragraph from page 1.
All right.
Excellent. Look what great progress we're making. Let me ask you, what do you think? How about a page a week? Right?
Yeah.
And there's about 500, let me see how many actual pages there are in the Hillary book. 534. A page. That's like about 10 years, isn't it? Huh?
I don't know.
That's about 10 years. Well, after the first 3.5, then I'll turn it over to your fine hands. I'll let you have
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Aren't you going to be doing the show when I hang it up?
Sure, right.
Come on. Don't you think so, Beaner boy, that Greg will come in and offer George a real fat one?
Of course. Yeah.
Although the Cold War was... you're interrupting Hillary's penmanship here. Very, very disrespectful. Although the Cold War was beginning with the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, my parents and their generation felt secure and hopeful. American supremacy was the result not just of military might, but of our values and of the abundant opportunities available to people like my parents who worked hard and took responsibility. Middle-class America was flush with emerging prosperity and all that comes with it. New houses, fine schools, neighborhood parks, and safe communities. There it is.
All right.
That's the end of page 1 of Hillary's book, Living History by Hillary Rodham Clinton. Oh. It weighs about 80 pounds. Yeah, this line in Ferrall's interview here, the article about Ferrall and CityLink, is a dead giveaway. Whichever version he believes, someone could easily envision a scenario in which his show swallows 2 more hours.
All right.
If you're WQAM, how do you hold back on a promoter so tireless he's willing to offer himself as bait, inviting 150 listeners to I Hate the Mets night at PP Park or 1,500 listeners on a booze cruise? How do you not piggyback a guy who's turned out to be an excellent setup man for station hoss Neil Rogers? I thought I was a gorilla, now I'm a hoss.
Yeah.
How do you not make the most of a once loose cannon who appears to have found a comfort zone many come by only after joining AA or finding Jesus? What a great article, Dave. Warm, nice going. I love CityLink magazine. They love us. They love me. They love Scott. They're not too crazy about George.
What? They gave me one of those awards one year.
Just a little joke. It's just a joke. What's wrong with you? Why are you so defensive? Is it because you work for Greg?
Uh-huh. Was that it?
Anybody in the audience wonders why George has been so defensive all these years? Because he knows
Greg hates you.
That's what it is. That's all you need to know. 10:13 at 560 WQAM. Barbecues galore. Boy, in the summertime, if you don't have a barbecue, you're SOL. What do you do? Barbecues Galore carries the biggest range of Weber grills and accessories, starting with the Weber Smoky Joe Portable Charcoal Grill for under $28. It's the perfect grill for any picnic, especially on the 4th of July. And nobody can beat Barbecues Galore's incredible selection of top-quality grills. They carry a full line of grills, including Weber, Viking, Gen Air, Broilmate, lots of exclusive grills like the Turbo, Barbecue Chef, Cook-On, and Captain Cook, all at the guaranteed lowest prices. Right now, take advantage of no payment, same as cash financing until January 2004 on approved credit. This way, take you home the amazing 3-burner Cook-On grill, a Barbecues Galore exclusive. It comes with a host of great features normally only once found on more expensive grills, like 42,000 powerful BTUs, porcelain-coated cast-iron burners and cooking grills, and a generous 625 square-inch cooking area. I guarantee you won't find another grill like it for this price, now only $349, and you'll only find this one at Barbecues Galore. Another one perfect for that 4th of July cookout. Don't forget, Barbecues Galore is the place. All the top brands, unbeatable prices. They're America's best barbecue store with stores in Plantation, on University Drive at a Fountain Shopping Center. Call 954-423-1400. And Coral Springs on a corner Sample and Rock Island Roads. Call 954-757-6668. Everything you need under the sun for barbecuing in this one incredible store, Barbecues Galore. Be sure and tell them that Ancient Neil sent you in.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
No! Were you fudge packing? Yes!
Oh! Rudolph the scumbag bomber, he was hiding in the woods, living like an animal, just like a white supremacist should. He is the creep who's wanted for lighting the Olympic fuse.
You asshole!
And for blowing up people who thought they had a right to choose. And then one steamy summer's eve, Rudolph came to town. While looking for some dumpster food, a cop said, "Freeze or I will shoot." Now that the feds have caught him, he's hiding in a jail cell. Rudolph the scumbag bomber, soon you're gonna fry in hell.
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
10:19 at 560 WQAM. Got some good news today to get started. I'm always happy to report some good news. Lester Maddox is dead.
All right.
Segregationist became Georgia governor. Lester Maddox, the restaurateur whose segregationist defiance propelled him into the governorship in a fluke election in the 60s, died yesterday. He was 87. That's old enough for him, and then some. Maddox, who had battled cancer since 1983, cracked 2 ribs earlier this month when he fell at an assisted living home where he was recovering from surgery. He later developed pneumonia and died. See, that's bad. I shouldn't be, saying that, should I?
Why not?
It is good. A high school dropout born in a working-class section of Atlanta, Maddox gained national notoriety for chasing away blacks from his Pickrick Fried Chicken restaurant in Atlanta in July '64, the day after the Civil Rights Act was signed into law. He closed and then sold Pickrick rather than serve blacks. But fears of racial strife during his 1967-71 governorship proved unfounded when Maddox pursued a policy of relative moderation on race. So maybe it's not quite so good that he croaked, but he had been chosen as governor by the legislature after no candidate received a majority of the votes cast in the 1966 election. That'd be kind of like making Colonel Sanders the governor of Florida if he was still alive. And you know what? Big improvement. Huh? Free chicken for everybody. Let's hear it.
Oh!
If the colonel was a governor, instead of that bonehead you got. Speaking of bonehead Bush people, President Bush called on Congress yesterday to make it easier for federally financed religious groups to base their hiring decisions on a job candidate's religion and sexual orientation. A White House position paper sent to Capitol Hill argued that religious hiring rights are part of religious, but they're out of it, so it'll be back in. So it must be pretty popular, huh?
It's good.
Here's one that says, 4 stars, Name of the Rose. Great movie with Sean Connery, Ron Perlman, Christian Slater, Nothing's Perfect, F. Murray Abraham. Excellent movie about suppression of humor to control the masses via murder in a Catholic monastery in medieval Spanish Inquisition times. Must see, no DVD yet, just get the tape. Well, thank you, Larry. Also a movie called The Beast with Jason Patrick and Rodney something.
And
about the U.S. Yes?
And Stephen Bauer.
And our good buddy Rocky Echevarria, a.k.a. Stephen Bauer?
See.
Yeah, it's funny that should happen because I was just thinking about him the other day, about the first time I met him at a Panther game.
Right.
Remember I talked about that? Then we had him on IOD as a guest on the show. But I met him at a Panther game, and he came up and hugged me like we were going to do something. I mean, he was like his long-lost best friend. He's a pretty good guy. He's had his ups and downs. He had his little bit of a nose problem there for a while. But again, on first blush, I would say I like him. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He got it together.
Just like Donny Osmond, since we're name-dropping, I thought he was a good guy. Now, were you there then, or was that
Zeta or something?
Huh?
I was on Zeta or something.
No, it was not on Zeta. It was on IOD, but it was pre-George days. It was either Marvin or maybe it was Nick.
Could have been.
Oh, yeah, might have been. Yeah, I can still get the aroma. Might have been old Nick. Oh, those were the days, baby. Those were really the days. Once upon a time. But now we're entering a new era as Ferrall brings a little bit of fun back to QM. God, oh, what a breath of fresh air. Even if you hate his voice, even if you can't stand his foul language, what a breath of fresh air it is for all of us. Just to have a little fun back. It was getting so stodgy. Is that a word? Stodgy.
Check it out.
Oh, my God. It was getting so uptight.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
And I talked about that many times. People didn't believe me. They think I'm always exaggerating. That's exactly the way it was in the hallways and the byways and the freeways of QAM. Everybody was like walking on eggshells. Oh, Mo might be in a hallway. Mo's out there readjusting his package. Mo's out there picking dingleberries. You know, everybody's a little bit nervous. You should have heard the Beast, boy. You talk about a real backstabber. You should have heard him this morning before our show. Comes in just about Mo digging for dingleberries and how disgusting it was and all this other crap, which he's right about that. And I still say I think you ought to cut him a little slack. Maybe he is readjusting the tube. Do you ever think about that?
It occurred to me.
You know, I don't want to think about it too much, but he might just be readjusting the old rectum tube. Look for the QAM van today, noon till 1 p.m. at Austin's Dive Shop in Miami at where? At 10525 South Dixie Highway. Stop by to get your free Marlin tickets, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. Marlin's under 500 again. I noticed that Ferrall didn't mention that to me. They lost last night. They can't win every day. They were on a pretty good roll there, but they're under 500 again, and they can't play girls' teams every day either, you know. In fact, oh, look at that. They're playing the Mets again. What is this? Did the Marlins and the Mets play each other every day the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Well, the hell, they got a shot then. Every damn day they're playing they're playing at the Red Sox tomorrow. Well, oh, and guess what? Did you look at tomorrow's schedule?
No, I'm in the other room.
Woo! Let me give you 85 guesses who's filling in for Eddie K after the game tomorrow night. I'll give you one clue.
This body's stupid!
Jicka.
Tom Jicka is filling in for Eddie K tomorrow night. Won't that be a hoot? I encourage everybody to call him in and rip him an ass. Not for anything specific, just out of general principle. Just rip him an ass. Because, in fact, I encourage a lot, even though you won't do it, because I have no influence over the audience whatsoever, call him up and ask him how Jerry Williams is doing. Look at that, Beaner boy, as we close out the poll, 53%. And you know something that may not sound like overwhelming, but that is a pretty good number. And I think that's like a microcosm of this entire program. You realize that? 53% of the audience, a little over half, want the bedtime stories. They think it's important, that it's absolutely necessary to have them on there. And then there's like the other 47% that doesn't give a flying crap about that. So it's the fine line we draw. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Between saving the world and stuff like that.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
We're out here on the streets of the city asking people what they'd do for a Klondike bar. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I don't know.
Would you kiss me?
Kiss you?
Just a quick peck on the cheek. It's for a Klondike bar.
Okay. Okay, give me my Klondike bar.
Oh, you can do better than that.
What do you mean?
Kiss me full on the lips.
On the lips?
For a Klondike bar.
Okay. Now, give me that Klondike bar. People are starting to look.
All right, I'll give you your Klondike bar, but first you have to kiss me open mouth with your tongue tickling my uvula.
Oh.
It's for a Klondike bar.
Oh, God. Oh, okay.
Yuck!
What are you looking at, lady? It's for a Klondike bar.
Yes, about that.
What?
Well, you see, I don't actually have a Klondike bar.
You don't?
No, but it was very nice meeting you. Very, very nice.
I'm going to kill you.
Chocolate-coated ice cream, so rich and thick, there's no room for a stick. Who would you do for a Klondike bar?
The reason I'm playing that, if you only knew. Now, let me ask you this question. You know what? Everybody knows what a Klondike bar is, right?
Right.
We know the size of it, the shape, we know the composition. It's got that thin layer of... I'm talking about just the plain, ordinary pedestrian Klondike bar.
Right.
The original one.
Sure.
Thin layer of chocolate on the outside of very pedestrian vanilla ice cream, right?
Okay.
Not exciting, but it's okay.
Sure.
Now, remember I told you how I found they have a new, a Klondike Score.
Oh, no.
Bar.
I know where this is going.
Yes, you do. But I'm the only one in the world that would admit this right on the air. Right to the public, to our vast audience, okay? Because I have no shame. When you're a fat slob and when you're addicted to sugar, I have no shame. All you drug addicts out there and all you alcoholics, I take back everything I've ever said. I think you better strap yourself in for this story. You notice I didn't tell you this before the show?
No.
I was saving it for on the air. Now, how many, if you were really starving, okay, if you really were just out of your mind for something good, for a nice snack, how many Klondike bars do you think you could eat?
3, maybe 4.
I like food.
So, anyway, I go to Dominion yesterday, which is a beautiful supermarket, and they have the Klondike Score bars, which is, it looks the same, it's got the chocolate on the outside, but the ice cream inside is that Score stuff with some of the toffee, swirl.
English toffee.
Right, on the inside. So there are 4 to a box, okay? There are 4 to a box. I bought 3 boxes. Not having any self-control or any common sense, I bought 3 boxes. That's a dozen, more or less, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, I polished off the first box, those 4 in no time. I mean, I'm sitting there watching Guiding Light, Passions, whatever I'm watching.
Oh, my God.
I polished those off before you could say fat slob. Before you could even say...
I like food.
Yeah. Now, last night, I'm watching Dan Rather, the CBS Evening News. I really haven't eaten much dinner because I'm thinking, gee, I ate all of that stuff. I better not. But I'll have one more. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, what I was doing was I was downloading all my great bedtime stories because I see the audience overwhelming want the bedtime stories. So I'm getting some good stuff printed out. And I'll have one more. Well, 1 turned into 2, and 2 turned into 3. Are you keeping tabs on this?
One little
How many are we up to now?
7.
Okay. At that point, I threw the wrapper into the wastebasket here, and I ran to my freezer. I grabbed the 2 boxes that remained, 1 full and 1 with 1. I threw them into a garbage bag and ran down the hall and threw it down the garbage chute.
Good plan.
To save myself. I don't think I'd be here today.
No.
Have you ever heard anything so grotesque and disgusting in your entire life?
Not lately.
7 Klondike bars!
Oh!
And not that I'm a slob, it's just that...
I like food.
Yeah, there you go. Especially delicious Score stuff. I'm hooked on Score. Anybody want a Score?
No thanks.
Isn't that a disgusting story? Nauseating.
Oh, man. It's depressing.
Of course, Beaner Boy's probably puking his guts out because it's all surrounded by chocolate on the outside. Oh. Gag him with a poon. Here's our poll question today on the Fat Slob Neil Rogers Show. See, I just, most people are in denial. Just like every time over the years I've ever tried to talk about the whole fat thing, it's a waste of time. We'd be better off doing a movie show again. They won't, nobody, I'm the only one who has these problems. The only one.
Yeah, right. You're the only one that admits
all
it.
those other fat slobs that we see, which is most of our audience and most of the population, those people, they just have glandular problems, They have a slow metabolism. They don't do these pig-out things like I do.
Absolutely not. It's all genetic,
I think the only person who would admit to stuff like this is probably the Beast, and we don't talk to him anymore except before the show when he's ripping Mo an ass. Boy, I'll tell you, Mo was right about him. He's not a friend of Mo. Of course, we aren't either, but not like him. Man, he was, when I did that Daryl, which is, it was a good line, Daryl Dingleberry instead of Daryl Strawberry. That was relatively amusing. It was kind of like that. But did you hear him guffawing and chortling and puking his guts out?
The paramedics are still working on it.
Don't suck around me, Beast. It's too late for that. And in that CityLink article, I know a lot of you will read it about Scott Ferrall. Boy, the Beast sucks on so heavy duty, man. It's just unbelievable. It's a miracle. Well, I guess when you're that big and round, like a human vacuum cleaner. Speaking of eating a lot. It's got a lot of suction there. Here's our poll question today. Which of these moves, now do you think that, that's not, he doesn't call in line 2. I was hoping that to retire, he'd be on there. WQAM.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I need to speak with Neil.
Speaking.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. Love Ferrall. That's the first thing I want to say.
What do you think about 6 to 10 for Scott? Do you think that's
I think that would be perfect. And I'm not a sports talk listener.
Right.
I mean, I'll listen to the Mad Dog a little bit every now and then. I'll listen to Hank. The minute they start with the who's going to draft the 4-year-old from kindergarten, I just bye-bye.
Oh, in fact, at the end of Mo's show this morning, they were going around the room there asking who's going to be the first pick in the NBA draft. I just wanted to jump out the window. I couldn't believe that.
These people need to get a life, man.
Yeah, they don't understand. The average person doesn't give it a flying crap about that.
Yeah.
Who's the Heat's first pick going to be?
Who cares?
Yeah, who do you think it is?
You were talking a couple of weeks ago about Easter eggs. I don't want to get movie intensive.
Right. No, hey, listen, whatever you like, man, because we're in the dog days of summer. I should already be on my 2-a-day schedule. I screwed up this year, and so I'm doing like penance here. So whatever you want that'll kill some good time on the game.
At least you're not here.
Thank God.
I hear you. The Easter egg thing, you asked about what that whole thing was. It has a lot to do with again, people who have no lives that have to look for the little Easter eggs and the DVDs.
Right.
And it complicates the hell out of menus, the menus that come up. So some of the older players end up not being able to play the DVDs because of all that embedded stuff in there. Oh, yeah. And it makes... and I'll tell you, this is interesting because I bought and watched Requiem for a Dream.
Right.
And I watched it with my girlfriend. And if you think it's hard enough for somebody to make that movie out, try to put yourself in the place of somebody who's totally blind and having it described to them. I mean, I got totally lost about 3 or 4 times. We had to go back and she had to tell me, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, because, I mean, it is just, but it's an amazing movie, man. It is really an incredible movie.
So you're totally blind and you watch DVDs? With somebody explaining it to you?
Well, sometimes, and sometimes, depending on the movie, depending on what it is, sometimes I can catch what's going on. But it just makes the menus, the Easter egg things, makes the menus a real pain in the ass.
I'll be damned.
I am amazed at. I mean, and I understand you have said it before that sugar is your addiction, but I am amazed that you could eat 7 Klondike bars.
7 Klondike, and now it wasn't all in one sitting. 4 in the first sitting and 3 in the next one, but within a period of maybe like 3-4 hours.
I mean,
7.
Those things are great. But I have a box that I've had in there for 2 weeks, and I've only taken 1. But I mean, I'm addicted to nicotine and I'm addicted to caffeine, so I guess I can understand how somebody can be addicted.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. Nobody will believe me, but I've never done heroin or any hard drugs, but I guarantee you that there is no addiction in the world that is more overwhelming and compelling than sugar. I don't care what anybody says.
It certainly seems like it to me, and I've had friends who are like you, who can sit down and just eat a whole pint of fish food in
a whole
one
half
sitting.
gallon, yeah. Well, listen,
anyway,
pal.
Thanks for a great show, Neil.
Keep in mind with a Klondike bar, do it like vitamins, 1 a day.
There you go.
Have a great day, pal.
Take care, bye.
It's Sarah Rogers on the radio. She ate 55 Klondike bars.
See, I'm admitting it, though. Nobody else would. You're all a bunch of pussies. Huh?
Genetic. It's all genetics, man.
No, it's not. It's being a fat slob. You think that's what it is? Is it Mommy's fault? It's your fault, Ma. You made me a fat, like Dom DeLuise said in Fatso. How do you like your chubby baby now, Ma? Wasn't that the line? Pretty close.
What do you think of your chubby baby?
Yeah,
now?
what do you think of your chubby baby? Oh, Ma. Oh, God. It's pathetic.
Get the honey, Junior.
Here's our poll question today. I only wish that one other in fact, if there's anybody out there that can top me, we ought to have a contest.
Oh,
I've already done my part. I'm not going to do that again because I wouldn't survive.
If we offer the food for free,
yeah,
we'd have no end of contestants.
You know something? You're right. We'd have them lined up from there to goddamn Jacksonville. Oh, you're giving away free Klondike bars? Well, we're not going to talk about it because we're embarrassed, but we'll come by and eat 15 or 20, guaranteed.
We could fill that stadium that way.
Yeah, we'll put that Ferrall to shame with those damn Marlin tickets. Which of these moves by WQAM do you like the most? That's our poll question today. Mo gets shoved back this is a tough one, by the way. Mo gets shoved back an hour. Ferrall gets the 8 to 10 slot. Neil goes back to 10 to 2. Mad Dog moves to 2 to 4. Hank loses an hour, or no more Crow on the Marlin games. Now, you see what I'm saying? It's going to be a tough choice? Because obviously, and we're not going to give them the easy out, like, all of the above, or no, forget about that. I'm tired of the kind of pussy voting that some of these people want to do. It's like when they take a poll, what do you like better, death or life? And then there's always like 2% no opinion, What the hell's that? How can you have no opinion? Which of these moves by WQM do you like the most? Mo gets shoved back an hour. Ferrall gets the 8 to 10 slot. Neil goes back to 10 to 2. Mad Dog moves to 2 to 4. Hank loses an hour. Same pay, by the way. And no more Crow on those Marlin games.
We're Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Thinking.
My blue baby car.
License and registration, please.
Hola, I am Carlos.
License and registration.
You do not understand. I am Carlos, world famous beaner boy. Beady, 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 beady. See? I play with you for no extra charge.
License and registration.
Do you not know who I am? I am
Deploy
Carlos.
from the vehicle.
It is I.
Deploy from the vehicle now with your license and registration, please.
These things I do not have. But it is not a vehicle. It is my blue baby Honda.
All right, hands behind your back.
Do not hurt me. You are searching my anal cavity.
Have a problem with that?
No, you will find it is very clean.
Come on, we're taking you downtown.
Where all the lights are bright.
Let's go, Beaner boy.
Wait. Don't I get a phone call?
All right, but make it quick.
It's in my satchel here. Oh. I think that stripper stole my phone.
All right, Beaner boy, let's go.
I sentence you to 50 years for being a public annoyance, you cockamamie Cuban!
Gracias, ya, Judy. Welcome to Hialeah, Santa Maria. My name is Carlos. Get in there.
Hey there, sister.
This is not a good day.
What do you know? What do you say?
What are you in here for, Mo?
That was my marquee you smacked into. I was gonna fight him, but I couldn't fight him, so I killed Zach for good measure.
Please do not hurt
Hey,
me.
Tyson!
Yo, who we gonna bag, Mo? Who we gonna bag?
Get a load of the fresh new meat over here.
Gonna have me some giblets? Gonna have me some giblets, ain't I, Mo? I'm gonna have me some giblets.
Why, sure. We're gonna have you some giblets right now. Get the broomstick, Tyson.
I got the stick. Please do not hurt me.
Little boy, I told you he was clean.
You smell like baby perfume. Don't smell like baby perfume, huh?
I know. It makes me so horny.
10:48. Cost Beaner Boy about $55-$60 to come to work this morning with a cab. Now, how many days are you going to be able to keep that up?
About 30, man.
Seriously?
I didn't have rental insurance on my old car, but now that I'm transferring the insurance, I'm getting that they give me a loan or a rental car. So hopefully by tomorrow I'll have my rental.
And what about your driver's license?
That should have already been taken care of.
Oh, that's right. Thanks very much to our good friend Randy Maltosh at the Ticket Defense Team.
Yes, sir.
Thank God for him, man. He is the best. Anybody out there gets into a ticket or any kind of a traffic situation, Ticket Defense Team. Don't ever forget it. They're the best.
He'll walk you through it step by step through everything you need to do.
Schlep by schlep. 47 votes on the poll already. And look at the result. We have nearly a three-way tie. This is going to be nip and tuck, nose to nose, ass to ass. Which of these moves by WQM do you like the most? Neil goes back to 10 to 2. Now, I voted for that from strictly selfish purposes.
Me too.
Would you agree?
That's what I voted for.
We love 10-2. Absolutely.
Oh!
Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
And the difference is staggering. I mean, it is palpable. It's almost as palpable as the tension between Geldy and Mo. Not quite. Neil goes back to 10-2-14. Mo gets shoved back in hour 14, and Ferrall gets the 8-10 slot 13. So it's almost a three-way tie. Almost a triple dead heat so far. No more Crow on a Marlin broadcast 4. Hank loses in hour 2, and Mad Dog moves to 2-4-0. Oh, and now that Muff is back today, you think that maybe we can get a little bit more information since Clarence was impotent yesterday, which is not unusual. He was limp. Sends us the X-Trends overview report, which, again, I don't know if we're supposed to have these or not, but who the hell cares about the latest trend that came out 2 days ago, in which, we didn't do all that great. It was mediocre on the QAM, but nevertheless, RFX, the other sports station, 940 on the dial, had a big 0, not one diary. It's inconceivable to me. None, 0, nothing. Zippity-doo-dah. What a horrible day. That must be what they're singing over there at Cheap Channel. Their sports baby. Not a single freaking diary. And even, they got the Crow there in the morning now. Wouldn't you think they would have put him over the top?
No.
In fact, maybe that's the reason. Maybe they could smell the cashmere bouquet coming through their radio speakers, and they couldn't handle it. They were gagging on it. WRFX. So I'd sure like to get page 4 on there to show us the QAM number, okay, and the whatever this information is here. But, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to give you too much information about how we're doing. We'd rather show you how the guys down the street suck wind, as if we didn't already know that. I'm challenging this audience. I want to hear it from some caller today who's got a bigger pig-out story than my eating 7 Klondike bars, and not just regular pedestrian Klondike bars, but the Score Klondike bars, which I don't know if I'm sure they must be around.
I'm sure somebody will know, some person will know.
You're talking about some connoisseur of great sweets is what you're talking about. Don't give me that some fat person. Some connoisseur of great fattening stuff.
Someone who cruises the freezer section like a woman going shopping.
Like me.
I like food.
Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. It is a disgusting story, but hey, it certainly isn't the first I've told you. I've told you about getting a half a gallon of that Briar Score ice cream and putting it in the microwave to soften it up and then eating all around the edges. And then you have like a little mountain in the middle, like a little hill of ice cream in the middle. And then you run to the sink and you put the hot water on, you immediately like melt it and Schmidt can it, is what you do. Lest you eat all of it. Seriously, I could eat a half a gallon of good ice cream without even thinking about it. Always sitting there watching TV though. Don't you have to be watching TV doing these things? It helps. There are some people, I don't want to mention any names, in the QAM building who have been known to eat on the throne. I don't want to get too graphic, but to me, that's where I draw the line, right at the bathroom door.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I draw the line in the sand with my big toe, right there, like, no, this is not a place for eating, not while that aroma's in the air.
That's unnatural.
It's almost like you're trying to replace what's coming out with something else going in, so you can keep the balance, Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Feng shui.
Exactly. Oh, God. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Also today, I want to hear from some male listener who doesn't like Ferrall. See, if I just said from a listener who doesn't like him, because he so far has had the most unanimous support, which is great. Because that, to me, is a close second beside going back to 10-2, is having him as a lead-in and getting that nice separation from Mo. So I can see why there's almost a three-way tie there, because they all kind of like fit in. You know, Mo? They all kind of like fit in together.
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
They're all interrelated.
Absolutely.
Here's a call from North Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good.
That's like being a real common sewer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Like being in a human sewer.
Did you know that they make Yorktown peppermint patties also?
I don't like those.
Oh, you don't like them?
I don't like peppermint.
And they make one.
Klondike makes a Heath bar?
They make a Heath bar, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Why did you tell me that?
I cruise I don't eat as much as that, but I do cruise it.
Now, what's the most you've ever eaten at one sitting? Ice cream?
Oh, not that much, really. Maybe half a pint. I'm not a real killer eater.
Half a pint?
I feel guilty.
God.
I sit there and I look at my
I
stomach.
could eat the half a pint before I sat down on the couch. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I had did you, by any chance, there was an article in the paper yesterday about how the governor is going to change the education system in Florida. He's going to allow high school students to graduate in 3 years.
Great.
So that'll cut down.
I don't see what difference it'll make. They'll get the same education they're getting now, basically
You're absolutely
none.
right. The other thing I wanted to mention, I got to go. I don't know how you'd word it, but a great poll. All I'm hearing lately is what a great country we have.
Really?
If there was, I mean, people are always saying to me, we're the greatest country in the world.
Well, I agree. I'm in a great country, but I'm not in the U.S., so.
I know. Well, I feel what I think would be a great poll if people could explain why the country's great. Maybe it's the health care or the education the kids are getting, or maybe it's the way we treat our elderly.
Right.
Or
the fair tax system, right.
The fair tax system. I mean, there's so many great things that people should be able to explain it, because when I ask people, they tell me what a great country is. Says, well, what's your criteria? Dead silence. They have nothing to say. It's just heard it so much.
They just get out their little flag and they wave it a little bit and sing God Bless America.
Yeah, that's it. And
even Kate Smith ain't feeling too good.
Yeah, they do make one other ice cream, which I don't remember, but it has creamy caramel in it. Like oozing,
Oh, have a great day.
Yeah, you too, Neil.
See ya. Oh, that guy's trying to kill me. He's trying to put me under. Now, maybe I am the only one. I don't want to feel alone. I'm sure that I'm not, because believe me, I'm like Minnie Mouse compared to so many of the other people that I see. And I've seen a lot of you folks, too, okay? You're not kidding me. I've seen some of you people, you make me look like Rumpelstiltskin on a bad day. I mean, we're talking huge. Like that. Remember the first season in the new arena, the Panthers, the Mac Arena?
No.
Yes, no, you remember me talking about the guy that came over was bitching about those seats in the corner, how narrow they are?
Right.
And he's got a big fat ass and he couldn't squeeze his ass. Too bad, lose some weight, you fat tub, okay? And by the way, how about a Klondike bar? Or 2 or 3?
No thanks.
Or 6 or 7?
I like food.
10:56 at 560 WQAM. Hey, I'll tell you another thing we like, and that's hair. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't have too much left. All you guys out there, at least most of you, sooner or later that bald spot starts hitting you, and then it grows and grows, and it gets bigger and bigger, and before you know it, you have nothing but a big bald spot on top of your head. Charles Alfieri has designed and supplied hair systems to the most important people and average Joes like you for over 35 years. Because Charlie's got the best, the most natural-looking system in the greatest piece in the world. It's called the Natural Hairline System because it looks like it's grown out of your scalp, not like a dead muskrat died on your head, or not like some grotesque bunch of holes were drilled in your head and they put like a couple of follicles in here and there. If you really want to look better and younger than you have in a long time, give Charlie a try because his Natural Hairline System is stupendous. Nobody will know that it's not the real thing. And right now he's offering a summer special hair system for $549 for first-time customers only. If you already have a hair system, you can save you 50% on service and repair on all types of hair systems, including shampoo and trim as well. Charles Alfieri, he's the benchmark of the industry. You have nothing to lose but the bald spot because Charlie gives you a 30-day guarantee. Don't delay. Call Charles Alfieri today and get your hair back and look great. 1-800-321-2413. 1-800-321-2413. That's the number to call. Or check out their website, charlesalfieri.com.
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
WQAM, go f*** yourself.
I got into an accident in my new car. I asked the cops just who the hell they think they are. I tried to throw my weight around but miserably failed. So they threw my Beaner Boy ass in jail and I got bunged. They did the Beaner Boy bung.
Absolutely.
It is their way of having fun. Done the Beaner Boy bung.
Rectum.
I like to take my bath in the sink to help keep my giblets nice and clean. When I tried to apply my baby perfume, right there in the sink is where I got screwed. I got bunged. They did the Beaner Boy bung.
All right.
They like their boys tender and young, so they did the Beaner Boy bung. Old man Mo, he moseyed up to me. He said,
"You're the cutest jailbird that I ever did see. I'm gonna pop your cherry. There ain't nothing you can do, 'cause you can't pick your boyfriends in the tombs. Let's bung."
They did the Beaner Boy bung. By and large, they all would come. All over the Beaner Boy, they would bung.
Come here, baby.
Do not hurt me.
So Mo says you can't pick your boyfriends, but you can sure pick your
rectum.
11:02 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. We got the Mad Dog at 2, Hank doing a show from the Seminole Indian Gaming Casino in Hollywood, 4 to 6:35. Wouldn't you like to be over there right now so we could spin that veal? Guarantee Hank will be the youngest guy in the whole joint. 6:35 Marlins on deck. 7:10 the Marlins at the Mets again. Jesus God. Eddie K follows the baseball game and Joe and Mark overnight 2 to 5. That is at least until they get their 5 to 6 hour back soon. So did we get that on the other sheets, those X-Trend sheets yet?
No.
Muff and Clarence haven't come running in frantically and saying, here's the stuff, here's the important information that Neil is looking for. They haven't done that yet. What is wrong with them, man? They're probably comparing notes from their colonoscopies. See who's got the busier ass. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
I don't like Ferrall.
Yeah.
He hates Marino, doesn't like Zach Thomas. He loves the Marlins. And he's trying to get George's job when you're gone. That stinks. I like George. Ferrall should not buy a house. He ain't going to last.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, Pally. Well, there's a guy who doesn't like Scott. I don't know. I guess there have to be a few.
I guess.
1 or 2 or 3. How many do you think there are?
About 30, man.
5670560. We won't get any stories. Now, the guy that called, I mean, he was a good guy, but he can eat a half a pint of ice cream? What is that?
Nothing. I could
First
do that.
of all, I wish I could eat a half a pint and put the rest of it away. There isn't a Chinaman's chance in hell I could do that, ever. When somebody tells me that they ate a half a container of Ben & Jerry's and they put the rest in the freezer, I think to myself, what are you talking about? Why even waste your time? My appetite isn't even whetted by the time I get to the bottom of the first pint. Which of these moves by WQAM did you like the most? We have 135 votes. Neil goes back to 10 to 2, 56.
Ferrall gets the 8 to 10 slot,
37. Mo gets shoved back an hour, 27. No more Crow on a Marlin broadcast, 10. Hank loses an hour, 3. And Mag Dog moves to 2 to 4, 2. Because those last two, it's just rather insignificant, just a little bit of a shuffle. Like the abortion shuffle. 5670560. One other thing I want to definitely talk about before you let me forget.
Okay.
And that is this RIAA thing.
What's that?
The record industry to sue downloaders. We were talking about it before the show this morning. A lot of people getting into a real panic about this, Beaner boy. Shh. The embattled music industry disclosed aggressive plans yesterday for an unprecedented escalation in its fight against internet piracy, threatening to sue hundreds of individual computer users who illegally share music files online. We're going to line them up and blow their crap away. The Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, citing substantial sales decline, said it'll begin today to search internet file sharing networks to identify users who offer substantial collections of MP3 music files for downloading. It expects to file at least several hundred lawsuits seeking financial damages within 8 to 10 weeks. Executives for the RIAA, the Washington-based lobbying group that represents major labels, wouldn't say how many songs on a user's computer would qualify for a lawsuit. The new campaign comes just weeks after U.S. appeals court rulings requiring internet providers to identify subscribers suspected of illegally sharing music and movie files. The RIAA's president, Kerry Sherman, said tens of millions of internet users of popular file-sharing software after today will expose themselves to the real risk of having to face the music. It's stealing. It's both wrong and illegal, Sherman said. Alluding to the court decision, Sherman said internet users who believe they can hide behind an alias online were mistaken. You are not anonymous, he said. We're going to begin taking names. Critics accuse the RIAA of resorting to heavy-handed tactics likely to alienate millions of internet file sharers. This latest effort really indicates the recording industry has lost touch with reality completely, said Fred von Lohman, a lawyer for the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Does anyone think more lawsuits are going to be the answer? Today they've declared war on the American consumer. Sherman disputed that consumers who are gradually turning to legitimate websites to buy music legally will object to the industry's latest efforts against pirates. You have to look at exactly who are your customers, he added. You could say the same thing about shoplifters. Are you worried about alienating them? All sorts of industries and retailers have come to the conclusion that they need to be able to protect their rights. We've come to the same conclusion. Mike Godwin of Public Knowledge, a consumer group that challenged broad crackdowns on file-sharing networks, said yesterday's announcement was appropriate because it targeted users illegally sharing copyrighted files. I'm sure it's going to freak them out, Godwin said. The free ride is over. He added, I wouldn't be surprised if at least some people engaged in file trading decide to resist and try to find ways to thwart the litigation strategy. No Schmidt, Mike. So what do you think? See, I don't understand. How are they going to find out? I'm reading this. But how do they find out who's naughty and who's nice? How do they do that?
They have days.
Would they have vase? Well, that's a little bit chilling, ain't it?
It is chilling.
Especially if you're chilling or spending a lot of time on your computer and you know what the hell they're doing.
This is another one of your psychic things, because just yesterday, based on other issues, I told my child to uninstall Kazaa and all other associated things like that.
Good. Good move. When in doubt, yank it out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'd sure like to find out how the hell they do that, because it sounds like they're like tapped right into your computer.
Right. Well, depending on which file sharing service you're using, some of them give you the ability to see exactly what the individual has out there. In other words, when you find somebody that has a file that you want, you can also look at their other files, so you get an idea of what their collection or selection is going there. Yeah.
Here's a call from Plantation. Hello.
Yeah, and you like to weigh in on your situation?
Yes, sir. A little play on words.
Yeah, a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts I can down 8 in one sitting, and when I'm done with it, I just feel so awful, but I just keep on eating them.
Yeah, my number is 3, Krispy Kreme, because they're so sweet and so rich. 3 is my limit.
Oh, try getting
no less and no mo.
Yeah, you gotta get a little filling in some, like the blueberry or the apple ones filled up. They'll really kill you.
Oh, you get bonus points for that.
Yeah. Well, have a nice day. I just want to leave you with that thought.
I'll see you online at Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
They had the opening of a new one in Boston. I was just reading that this morning. See, there's your psychic powers again. Inspired this guy. And they said it was the biggest opening they ever had. Now, the one here outside of Toronto that they had, was it last year? It must have been. They had a just gigantic. You remember how many, I forget how many, like 1 million donuts or some unbelievable total. But the one in Boston, they said, was the biggest one they ever had, Krispy Kreme. You can't eat only 3 dozen.
Right. Now there.
Yes?
We might have a contest.
What do you mean?
The Krispy Kremes are so light and fluffy and yummy.
No, they're not. They're light in terms of weight, but in terms of richness, man, they're sweet.
That's why.
It's like an injection into your veins.
Exactly.
It's like taking a pure sugar injection right into your vein.
I could eat a dozen of those easy.
A dozen?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. No, you couldn't.
Sure.
You say that.
No,
it sounds
watch
good.
Me.
Couldn't do it.
Oh, man. I've gotten
So what we'll do is we'll have you, next time I'm in town, we'll sit down a dozen Krispy Kreme and we'll bring in like a gallon of Ben & Jerry's fish food.
We could
now, a gallon would be how many pints? There's 2 pints in a quart. Okay?
We should do it by weight.
Now, wait a minute. There's 2 pints in a quart, right?
Okay.
So that's, and then there's 4 quarts in a gallon. So that's 8 pints. That would be 8 pints. I could handle that.
Wow.
No, seriously, because 4 pints would be half a gallon. No, I take that back. 4 pints would be half a gallon. That'd be my limit. Although if it was Nestle's Turtle, I might actually, I might dip into the 5th.
Oh, man.
Here's a call from Boca. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, I really loved Ferrall in the beginning. Not to say I don't like him now.
But,
you know, the boobs and the cans and the drinking and the beef burping and the... It's
a little over the top,
ponderous.
and it's a little over the top.
Yeah, it's getting a little ponderous. I mean, but he talks about different sports things in between a little bit, more of that. But the drinking thing, he doesn't drink like that. I mean,
the hell he doesn't. The hell he doesn't.
But what I'm saying
that would be like you saying about me. O'Neill doesn't eat like that. He didn't eat no 7 Klondike bars.
Yeah, I mean, I drink like a fish too. I mean, after work, I pound them down. But I think it's getting a little old, you know. But I listen to him. But your 10 to 2 hour is great because I get a little more Howard sperm. But that's getting a little old too.
Is it?
Yeah, so, you know, the lesbian and this and that. How much can you handle?
Mm-hmm. How many dicks
so I
can you handle
bounce it
at one
around.
time?
I bounce it around a little bit, and he's okay. But
well, let me ask you this: is it an improvement over what we had before? I don't want to be getting into personalities, as somebody would say.
Yes.
Okay.
And I get up I have a landscaping business. I get up at 5 in the morning, and I have my coffee and read the paper. And yes, Geldy has finally got a backbone. He's finally getting back and snipping back at Mo more often than ever.
Yeah, and it's long overdue.
Absolutely. Long overdue because this pompous asshole is just way out of hand.
Okay, Paulie, have a great day.
Thank you.
See ya.
We'll tell Scott to cut back a couple of shots a day.
What do you think? No.
Nah.
No, what you hear is what you get. And just like the CityLink article said, he's a madman, he's a drunk, I don't want to say a drunk, but he drinks a lot.
Right.
He doesn't come into work drunk, which is good. Of course, that's 8 in the morning would be a little bit tough for most.
I'm sure he could do it.
No, I don't think he could do it, but I think some of the people we used to work with at the old IOD probably could have handled it. At the Paxton IOD, wow.
Hey, now.
In fact, they used to have IVs attached to bottles of caffeine-free Diet Coke, which are, caffeine extra Diet Coke. What was that soda that they made in Rochester? Jolt, wasn't that it? The stuff that Suds was drinking?
Yes.
That had extra caffeine.
Correct.
Maybe that's what Scott should start on, huh?
Maybe we could wean him off the booze and get him out of the Jolt.
Hey, so I want to do an experiment during this next break.
Yeah?
Go to your email after you read the spot, because I want to see if my phone can send you pictures.
If your phone can send me pictures.
I sent you a picture from my phone.
Are they naked pictures of Moses?
No, it's current picture.
Oh. 11:13 at 560. What, like a picture of in there?
Real time, yeah, real time.
Oh, if I had to look at you guys during the show, I might have to go out and have a couple of more Klondike bars.
I wouldn't waste your time.
From the stress. I'll tell you a great place to pick out, the Pizza Loft. And they really do. I always say it, and some people might disagree, but the portions that they bring you, and I'm not just talking about for me, they don't do special. Whatever they bring you, they give you enough for like 2 people. Big portions of fresh, delicious Italian goodies. They got every Italian pasta dish under the sun, and chicken and veal and seafood. 3 different kinds of great pizza, calzone, super subs, garlic rolls, the best in the history of mankind. And every night they got something special going on at the Loft as well. Like, for example, every Thursday, like tonight, is bike night at the Loft. Come on a motorcycle.
Squirt.
Buy 1 dinner, get the second one for half price. And you can bring the whole family and all your friends as often as you want, because the prices won't put a big bite in your pocketbook, especially if somebody else is paying for it. Call 954-916-8880. That's the Davie location on University Drive between Griffin and 595 behind Pier 1 Imports, for takeout, for catering, for delivery. And now the brand new Pizza Loft is in Plantation. Long overdue. Man, out by me for so long, we've needed a place that really had great food at very modest prices. And here it is, the Pizza Loft, with great, fresh Italian goodies. 954-382-1999. 954-382-1999. It's on the corner of Now Hill and Sunrise, right behind Walgreens in that little hard-to-see strip shopping center. But it's well worth your finding it, because it is stupendous. The world-flaming Pizza Loft.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I'm looking at Beaner Boy as we speak. How do you like that?
Geldy, talking on a sports show, trying to be macho. Your voice sounds just like a 7-year-old girl.
Yeah.
A little sports hole shill. What else are you there for? Geldy, talking like a baby.
Absolutely.
Who needs a little training? Why can't you understand? You don't sound like a man. Remove the rubber bands that choke your scrotum. Geldy. Geldy, your lucky management don't care. 'Cause Geldy, you don't belong there on the air. And Geldy, the sports can wait till your voice cracks. 'Cause anyone who sounds like that should find another job. And they should only take you back when both your BBs drop. Oh, Geldy, when you gonna grow up? You make us want to throw up. You silly squeaky poo. Go to broadcasting school. Your prepubescent voice makes you sound like a putz.
Yes.
You're a putz.
All right.
You're a putz.
Yeah, but he's pushing up just a little bit. He's not taking a crap anymore from the old man. 11:20, and I'm looking at this picture now. Give me the story on what this is. I mean, I know it's a picture of Beaner Boy slumped in the chair with his shades on.
You're looking at what I'm looking at.
What do you mean by that?
This is a first for me. I know.
No. This is a still. This is not. It's not a live picture. This is from like whenever you.
It might as well be.
Oh, so in other words, he's still he's still slumped over in a chair.
No, I know Hank fell asleep during his own show once.
No, in other words, he's fallen asleep.
Not falling, rather.
He's asleep.
He's asleep.
All right.
And
yes,
of course, I sent a copy to Eric, so it's right. It's already on the website, right there, front and center for the audience.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. The audience can see Beaner Boy sound asleep, really hard at work, doing what he does best.
This is a first. I mean,
radio first.
I fell asleep during the show before. but it was a high school basketball game.
How embarrassing. Now, what are we going to do about that?
I don't know. I was hoping that we could work out some
and
sort of...
And is there any special reason for this? I mean,
well, he did mention
in other words,
that he
while
was
he's
up all
supposed to
night.
be putting those bedtime stories on air, which we had like 17 of them today, he's taking a nap. He's snoozing and losing.
I looked up, I was going to say something, and I noticed that he was out. So I
not at all. Well, this show has been known to do that.
Yeah.
Plus, we're talking about food, you know?
I like food.
Yeah, right. He's not into it.
So I thought we could figure out an imaginative, clever way of waking him up. Or not.
How about if Clarence comes in and taxes? How about that? I mean, Clarence admitted to me yesterday he's desperate. He'll take anything.
He might sleep through that.
Well, especially after that jail experience, might be old news. 198 votes on the poll. Which of these moves by QM did you like the most? Neil goes back to 10-2, 80. Oh, we're pulling away. Mo gets shoved back an hour, 47. Ferrall gets the 8-10 slot, 44. No more Crow on those Marlin games, 15. Hank loses an hour, 8, and the Mad Dog moves to 2-4, 4. So it's basically a three-way. Although Crow is doing a little bit better than I thought he would. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Beaner Boy's asleep. He's taking a nap. He's under a lot of stress. Did he get his timesheet in at least?
Yes, he did.
There you go. Well, I guess that's probably what put him over the edge. When Clarence told him he had 5 minutes to get his timesheet in or he wasn't going to get paid on the 10th, I think that just stressed him out, Max. That was it.
All these people are in a big, important meeting of some sort. That's why we're not going to be able to get those numbers anytime soon.
A big, important meeting?
Right.
Maybe it's a meeting about what we're going to be doing on starting next week.
That could be.
On like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Maybe that's a Ferrall kind of a meeting where we actually get an answer to our question. But why do we want to decide now when we have like at least a full week to do it?
Sure.
Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Yeah.
He's gone. No, there's somebody there. Hello. Hola. And back to you. Have a nice life. Here is a call from Coral Springs. Hello.
Hey, Neil. Long time, first time.
Yes, sir.
I'm an attorney. I represent a bunch of people being sued by DirecTV. I heard you talking about being sued by the Recording Industry Association of America.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. If people don't think that they can really be sued by these big companies, they can. I represent about a half a dozen people right now. And what the recording industry is going to do is they're going to get your IP address when you download files off of Kazaa. They'll go to your internet service provider, say who was logged on at that time, and that's it. They've got you. Now, they still got to prove who was sitting behind the computer.
Right.
But at least they now have your address, and who needs that kind of problem?
Oh, so in other words, they have to prove who's at the computer, though. So in other words, just because the computer might be in your name, for example, or like to use me as an example in my name, if somebody else is at my computer and is sharing files, I'm not responsible for that?
It's a good defense, but again, you're going to have the cost of litigation.
Oh.
So,
I'm
by the way,
I'm putting my computer in the bottom of the pool when I get back.
I think so. It's the safest thing to do.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I like the 10-2.
Thanks, Pally.
All right.
See you. Okay, so there's some good news for you. Now, Beaner Boy, I'm sure, is going to give us some information about that. Is he still asleep?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You
Are you
want me
sure
to
he's
take another picture?
Are you sure he's alive?
No, I'm going to go poke him with a stick.
I would hate to think that he was going to die in the middle of the show, you know what I'm saying? Those might have been his last words, right after he said...
I like food.
Yeah. Maybe my Klondike bar story put him over the edge.
Under the edge.
Go in the other room and tap him.
All right.
On the shoulder very lightly, because he's slumped over. He's got his shades on like a real asshole.
On the shoulder lightly. I want to kick the chair so he falls out of it.
Okay, kick the chair and have him jump up like out of the, you know.
Here we go. All right. Shh. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm in the room. Okay. I got him over here. I'm going to turn the microphone up really loud so we can hear what happens.
Okay.
I'm going to tip your chair over so that he falls on the ground. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna swivel the chair and he's gonna fall.
Wake up! Wake up! He's not dead.
Well, let's hear it. He's not
moving.
dead. All right. Beaner Boy's still alive. He survived 2 days with a Hialeah cops. With the broom handles and all. He's still alive. That's shocking. What was the reaction?
Movement. Slow at first.
Slow and sounds like a drug addiction to me. 5670560, pound 560. And you notice I had the one guy with the donut thing, but there's nobody going to top me on the ice cream because they're liars. You're in denial, okay? You're in denial. They will not admit that they're pigs, that they do these things, that they binge like I do. They want to leave me hanging out there on the limb. Oh, that Neil, he's a real pig. Can you believe anybody could be that disgusting? I'll guarantee you there are some of you folks out there, if you pardon the expression, could eat me under the table. And some of you might not be a bad idea. Seriously, it's just not even in league with some of you people. But again, I told you, I predicted it, I was right. After 100 years of doing this crap, they just lie to themselves. I know I do it. It's not like I did subconsciously. How you doing, Beaner Boy? You okay?
Yeah.
26 past 11 at 560 WQAM.
I like food.
Your incoherent station. Brandy Shoes this year celebrating 25 years of doing you and your feet right in South Florida. Amazing. Any independent family shoe store that's been around for that long has got to be doing many, many things right, like treating you great, giving you fair deals, and giving you unbelievable selection. They got all the top brands in the business. They've got Rockports, Echoes, Mephisto, Timberland, Clark's, SAS, Florsheim, and lots more. And no matter how big or tiny your feet may be, they got exactly the size you need in stock, ready to slap on your feet right now. Men's size 6 to 15, women's 5 to 12, and widths from very narrow to the very wide. And they give you professional service, too, to make sure you get a perfect fit every time. And with over 40,000 pair in stock in their 8,000 square foot mega store, you can bet Beaner Boy's life on it that exactly the pair and style you're looking for is in stock right now. Brandy's, you'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. They're open daily, 9 till 9, every Sunday, 10 to 5. And all this week at Brandy's, buy one pair of Rockports and get the second pair at 50% off. Everybody and their brother-in-law loves Rockport shoes. They're some of the best. Offer is good on all men's and women's Rockport styles except the 7100 series. So be sure and stop in this week at Brandy's or check them out on the web at brandyshoes.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Let me tell you about one thing I know, and what I like about Sport Hole Radio. I want to talk about it, wrap my life all around sport. Wrap my life around sport. All right. Watching men play games and doing the wave. That means more to me than getting me laid. I want to talk about it, wrap my life all around sport. Wrap my life around sport. I'm afraid of women, they got breath. And got a lot of cooties on their breasts. I'd rather watch men play with their balls and join them in the shower stalls. But so tight, sweat so sweet. I have a fetish for athlete feet. I want to talk about it, wrap my life all around sport. Wrap my life around sport. Just tell it. La 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 sport. La 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 sport. La la I'm afraid of women anyway. Never really sure what to say. But I can watch ESPN all night long, whacking off my tiny schlong. Oh, but so tight, sweat so sweet. I have a fetish for athlete feet. I want to talk about it, wrap my life all around, wrap my life all around, wrap my life all around sport. Wrap my life around sport.
Absolutely.
11:33 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday to you. That picture is worth a billion words. Anybody who's anywhere near a PC or a what do you call another one? What do you call one that's like in the orifice?
A PC. A
no,
computer.
It's not. Anyone's near a computer.
An internet connection.
Go to our website right now immediately. Carlos, hard at work or hardly working. That picture, like I said, and I guarantee he must have been so sound asleep he didn't know that he was raped while he was sleeping.
Shh. Still doesn't.
Okay.
Now that you can reload, there's two of them there.
Oh, there's another one?
Well, it's just different angles.
Oh, no. That's that. Actually, this angle is a little bit better than the one that you sent me. Isn't this a different one?
Right, but I sent them both to Eric.
Well, thank you so much. So there you go. You're famous now, and of course now they know what you look like. Big time.
Great.
So next time you get busted in Hialeah, oh yeah, you must be that Beano Boy guy. Yeah, we saw you on the internet. And I checked the bedtime stories, and they're the same ones we had on there yesterday. So while somebody, we got that tremendous endorsement from the audience. 53% said, absolutely, it's important. Keep those bedtime stories coming.
Absolutely.
We're going to save the world thanks to your website, and he's taking a nap. What's the story?
My laptop is, I don't know. I still don't know what's wrong with it. I have no idea what's wrong with it.
It's drool. You got to get the drool there.
Yeah, wipe the drool off your face and speak to us like a man, okay? Why are you so incoherent this morning? Did George, freshen your supply or something?
Don't hang that on me.
Yeah.
I don't get the good stuff he does.
Oh, my God.
I'm exhausted. The last 2 days I've been slept trying to get that laptop to work.
That's the story. That's the excuse?
Not good enough? You try again.
I like food.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Got a couple of airport screener stories here. One of them is, they're both bad. 2 federal baggage security screeners responsible for preventing weapons and other illegal materials from being smuggled onto planes at Miami International Airport have been charged with stealing from passenger luggage.
Oh!
The TSA, a division of the fledgling Department of Homeland Security, initiated the investigation after receiving a tip about its employees' conduct, said regional spokeswoman Lauren Stover in a phone interview. The TSA enlisted the help of the Dade County Police. According to a police statement, the pair was seen taking a case containing $300 of compact discs from passenger luggage June 22nd. $300 worth of CDs. Police said there were other problems as well. In some cases, the screeners purposely neglected to inspect passenger luggage, but marked the items with clearance stickers anyway. All right. The pair was identified as Andrew Roy Washington, 22, and Edwin Reyes, 23. The TSA has been criticized for its national problems in competing background checks in its 55,000 screeners hired in the past year. Stover said 1,200 screeners nationwide have been let go after background checks turned up criminal records or lies on their application. How do you like that, huh? They're stealing your CDs, but at least there ain't no hand grenades going through it that we checked last.
Well,
they're all still sitting in the overhead on the American airline. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. This Air Canada deal better not fall through. If I have to fly American is the only way to get nonstop from here back to Miami, I may just not come back. I think what I'll do is I'll just rent a car and drive over to Buffalo. Huh? No, just to keep my American citizenship going. You know, you can only stay here so many days at a time. And it just, because American Airlines is the end of the world. It's just chaotic. Total chaos. And then this story, which I think is going to be really raising a lot of eyebrows in more ways than one. Airport screeners may get X-ray vision. Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Susan Hallowell steps into a metal booth that bounces X-rays off her skin, producing a black and white image that reveals enough to produce a world-class blush. To the eye, she's dressed in a skirt and blazer in dark business-like colors. On the monitor, the director of the Transportation Security Administration Security Laboratory is naked, except for a gun and a bomb that she hid under her outfit. She's the bomb. The government's considering using the technology at airport security checkpoints because the magnetometer is now in use, cannot detect plastic weapons or substances used in explosives. Hallowell is sacrificing her modesty to make a point. Air travelers are not going to like being technologically undressed by security screeners. It does basically make you look fat and naked, but you see all of this stuff, Hallowell said Wednesday during a demonstration of the technology. Plus, if you have a very tiny penis like she had, then they start chortling and chuckling, you know? The technology is called backscatter because it scatters X-rays. Doses of rays deflected off dense material such as metal or plastic produce a darker image than those deflected off skin. The radiation dosage is about the same as sunshine, Hallowell said. Backscatter machines have been available on the market for years. They're priced at between $100 and $200,000 and used in all sorts of security situations, from screening families of convicts visiting prisons to South Africa diamond miners going home for the day. The agency is trying to find a way to modify the machines with an electronic fig leaf programming that fuzzes out sensitive body parts or distorts the body. So, this is it. This is the operative sentence right here. The agency is trying to find a way to modify the machines with an electronic fig leaf programming that fuzzes out sensitive body parts or distorts the body so it's unrecognizable. So they can't take a look at your penis or your clitoris or maybe you have both. Huh?
That's rich.
Well, how many people do you think are going to want to be going through that thing and having all these scumbags? I mean, it's not like these people are like upstanding. Most of them are scumbags,
Right.
these screeners. They're like schmucks, you know.
Not upstanding like your doctor.
It'd be like going into McDonald's and walking in there, waddling through there, and having them look at you naked. And they're all like chortling and chuckling. Hey, look at that! Ha! You know, just slapping each other on the back with hysterical laughter. Reaching out and grabbing an inch or two. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Perverted.
Some volunteers were uncomfortable with it. For others, it was a whole lot nicer than having somebody pat me down. Well, I had that happen when I came back up here.
They
The pat down deal?
Yeah.
I take off my belt, I take off my shoes, I have absolutely nothing in any of my pockets. And it happened to the guy in front of me, too. And we both go through there, and the thing goes off. I have nothing metallic on my body. I have a ballpoint pen that's entirely plastic. There's nothing but the tip, and that's too small.
What about
I'm telling you.
What about the plate in your head that you got in 9?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The steel plate in my
rectum.
And the damn thing goes off, and right away now they sit you down, they have you lift your legs in the air, they wave their little magic wand, they stick it deep inside your
rectum,
and then they have you get up and you do the airplane spin, so to speak.
Some people really enjoy that.
I had a good time.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Absolutely.
Baby McCartney, new one's on the way. Haven't been a daddy since yesterday. Heather's expecting, we can work it out. But it doesn't make me want to twist and shout. When I'm 64, I'll still change diapers. When this kid's grown up, I will be dead. Better stock up now on baby wipers. My aching head. Baby McCartney won't give me no rest. I am not much better off than Pete Best. Don't know if the kid will be a singer. Just hope it's healthy when it finally comes. Want the child to have 10 toes and fingers, unlike its mom. Baby McCartney, your dad is elderly. Wonder why I couldn't just let it be. Oh!
11:46. I'm looking at our bedtime stories. They look like the same stale ones we had on there yesterday right now. I think somebody's on the road to, like, board op reform school.
The road to ruin?
The road to ruin and board op reform school, if you ask me. I blame George for all of this, of course.
Sure, of course.
Because you're supposed to be a supervisor. You're supposed to keep him in line.
I'm
like this morning, he comes in 8:30, the cab comes in, you have to loan him the money to pay the cab, which, you know, big shot like you, no problem.
Yeah.
And then from 8:30 to like 9:40, he's like AWOL. He's absent. And I'm asking, where the hell is Beaner Boy? What's got all kinds of issues, you know?
Yeah.
Where was he?
Running around.
Doing?
Social
Clearance?
butterflying and smoking, I presume.
Smoking what?
Well, that is the million-dollar question.
Now, is he prone or upright at the moment or what?
I sent you another current picture.
No, I don't want to keep looking at pictures. I think you need to go in there and slap him around a little bit. Pour some cold water on his head, slap him around. He sounds incoherent to me.
Yeah.
Are you working on them stories?
He's not conscious.
What are you talking about?
Why would I kid about a thing like that?
He's back in that position again?
Different position.
No, jeez. What good is this? What is this going to accomplish for us?
I don't know.
I'm
High comedy?
I am leaving. I'm going out to an early. I'm going to go out to a Dominion right now. I'm going to get my 50 Eskimo pies. I'm serious.
Carlos.
You asshole! Beaner Boy! This has got nothing to do with his laptop. He's sitting in there so he can use my computer to put the bedtime stories up, and he's taking a nap. He's sleeping on our time, and he's turning in a pay sheet, a payroll thing.
Dock him for this
Man,
time.
oh man. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Neil, how you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Hey, Neil, first of all, these security guards over there at the airport, supposedly they're the cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, they're from the security industry. They're like the creme de la creme, but they're not.
No, they are not.
Second of all, Beaner Boy better watch
I don't
out.
see any difference. I see the same goofballs we had before all of this started.
It's the same thing. It's the same people that came
Same
from
losers.
those other companies.
Same guys couldn't get a job at Wendy's.
Yep, and Beaner Boy better watch out. They're going to raid his little box under the overpass.
Okay,
If he
Pally.
keeps downloading stuff.
Have a great day.
Later.
No, seriously, I'm like at a loss here. It's not very entertaining for me to keep looking at these pictures of him snoozing, and we're losing. This is a goddamn radio show, and you got like a degenerate sitting in there like a lump on a seat.
Hey, don't talk about me like that.
Is he still sleeping?
I don't know. Oh, no, there he is. He's moving.
Get him, stand up, get out of the chair, get up and walk around a little bit, okay? Walk into the wall a couple of times. This is unacceptable.
There he goes.
Oh, brother. And again, you're his supervisor. I blame you 500% for this. I think the audience was right. George is getting lame, really lame. Is he walking around a little bit?
No. Sitting up, though.
Are you going to get those bedtime stories up or not? Because we might have to send them to Eric.
No.
There are 17 stories today, each and every one of them of major importance. The audience out there is waiting. They're counting on you. They're sitting on the edge of their seats waiting. And the answer is...
Yes?
Get with it, you asshole.
It shall be done.
God. CIA agent, this is a disgusting story, if it's true. Although we've heard this before, haven't we heard rumors about this? CIA agent met bin Laden in July of 2001. Not the first time we heard this. Le Figaro yesterday claimed that a CIA agent met Osama bin Laden in a Gulf hospital as recently as July 2001 and received precise information about an imminent attack on the U.S. According to the French Daily, the agent met bin Laden while he was being treated at the American hospital in Dubai for a kidney infection. The agent was subsequently recalled to Washington. The hospital vigorously denied the report, which is based on a number of sources, including French Secret Services and a hospital administrator. Bin Laden is said to have arrived in the UAE from the Pakistan city of Quetta, accompanied by his personal physician, 4 bodyguards, and an Algerian nurse. He was visited by family members and leading Saudis. The paper claims he was treated in the urology department headed by Dr. Terry Calloway. Bin Laden is said to have severe medical problems, and the kidney infection is spread to his liver. Le Figaro claims a mobile dialysis machine was delivered to his Kandahar hideout in Afghanistan in 2000. In a further twist, French Secret Service operatives are said to have met officials from the U.S. Embassy in Paris in August after the arrest of Algerian Jamel Bangal in UAE. A French Secret Service report on September 7th, this is in 2001, warned of possible attacks and that the order to act would come from Afghanistan. Le Figaro says very precise information on targets for attack was communicated to the CIA. I mean, that's an old story, but again, they're reprinting it because of the obvious implications, as in somebody dropped the ball. Just mention it in passing. Which of these moves by WQM did you like the most is our poll question today on NeilRogers.com. 321 votes. Neil goes back to 10 to 2, 135.
Oh!
All right. Ferrall gets the 8 to 10 slot, 78. Mo gets shoved back an hour, 69. 69, Mo.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
No more Crow on a Marlin game, 17. Hank loses an hour, 15, and Mad Dog moves to 2 to 4, up an hour. Goose is up, 7 votes on that. Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, I got a question for you. Why do you like Toronto so much?
Well, what is that? What does that mean? Why do I like it so much? Because it's a real city.
Oh, because I'm from there originally, and
Yeah.
People got a chip on their shoulder. It's,
No, they don't. People
They
there
don't?
have a chip on their shoulder in South Florida. I don't meet anybody here with a chip on their shoulder. People are friendly. They're polite. It's a great place. It's a real city. What's
No,
that
it-
to like?
No, it is. It's a very cosmopolitan city, and it's a world-class
Then
city.
why would you say people have a chip on your shoulder? Just got through saying they have a chip on their shoulder. Why would
they
you say
do
that?
about Americans. When my relatives come down here, I go up there. It's like, God, how can you live in America? This, that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
There's only 30 million people in the country.
But see, I don't talk to people about America. When I go into a restaurant, they say, "Oh, are you American?" I mean, just a guy,
Okay.
I mean, that's another great thing is that people here seem to get along. You got people from all different parts of the world. Everybody seems to get along.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, because when I go up there, it's like all they talk about America. They know more about America than about Canada.
I haven't had anybody talk to me here about America. Not one person. I've been here almost 2 years on and off, and I've never had anybody talk to me about America.
Really? Well, how come they're so fascinated up there about the U.S.? Everything's the U.S., the U.S. They love coming down here to
Well, because
shop.
they're an appendage of the U.S. What do you expect? Because we made them like into a stepchild. The only difference being that it's a hell of a lot more progressive, and they're like moving forward rapidly here and making great strides, while the U.S. is taking giant steps backward with Bush.
How are they being progressive?
And have a great day, sir. If I have to draw a roadmap for you, no wonder they kicked his ass out of here. Okay, probably the customs said, "Hey, don't come back." Fine. Like this guy's going to argue with me. If you don't like it here, don't come back, Pally. If you like it in the States, great. If I have to explain to you the difference between progress, between living in an enlightened country and living in a repressive Stone Age country, hey, it's hopeless. I'm glad you're happy, and I am too. And I'm especially happy that you're not here no more. 56705.
How come you don't like Amsterdam anymore? How come you like Toronto? How come you like fish food? How come you like them Klondike Score bars?
Because I do. Because I feel like it. How do you like that? Like I owe this guy an explanation. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, well, I'll explain it a little bit to him. Why the hell shouldn't Torontonians be proud of a wonderful city like Toronto?
Right.
And, so yeah, Torontonians know a lot, Canadians in general know a lot about the world in general. And
unlike Americans who are very parochial and never been anywhere, right.
Exactly. That idiot belongs here in Miami.
Yes. He found his level.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, that call just blew me away. I forgot what the hell I was going to call you about. I mean, I'm serious. That was, ridiculous. They don't have a chip. Torontonians don't have a chip on their shoulder.
I'm going to tell you something. The one knock on the people here over the years has been the people are too polite, if there's such a thing. I don't, after living in South Florida for so many years, I don't think there's any such thing as too polite. It's a pleasure to find people that are friendly, that hold the door open, that say good morning. I have no problem with that.
I've never met a Canadian who would keep the change if they were given too much change back.
Well, I could mention one, but I don't want to mention his name on here.
Well, that's true. Anyway, I just wanted to make a little comment about Carlos, who I really do like, and I know you.
I like him too a lot, but I have a feeling that he's spinning out of control, and his supervisor there, George, is just sitting by and enjoying in amusement, watching it happen.
Well, the thing is that I know you're an excellent person to work for, and I know that George is extremely loyal to you. Has never a bad word to say about you when you're away. And he's extremely loyal and beholden to you.
That's not what Carlos told me.
Well,
I said you should have heard the crap off the air. No, not on the air he's not going to say, because I might be monitoring. I got a pot here. I can pot him up any time, man.
Please.
Well,
now, he's okay. George is all right. He's got his, but then don't we all. Have a great day, Pally.
You too. Be good.
See you around, eh? Yeah, see you picking on, as if we haven't had enough people picking on us already here with the SARS and the mad cow and the West Nile virus. And now we got that big concert, July 30th, the free concert for only $21.50. But it's going to a good cause. Going to charity, the nurses that worked overtime during the SARS thing. It's going to be good. The Stones are going to be here, and AC/DC, and a whole bunch of people. But just to prove that nothing is perfect, Justin Tinkerbell will be here too.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Now, usually I don't do this, but let me tell you a little bit about the wheels that I drive to work in. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but you can really get screwed by those dealers trying to sell your automobiles brand new. See, I don't need the fancy grills or those new car smells. I've had my baby 20 years, shifting on those stripped out gears. See the horn go, and the horn go. It got a 4 on the floor, it got all 4 of its doors, but not a hell of a lot more. It needs a brand new ignition, it got a broken transmission, it got some holes in the body, got front and rear fenders missing, leaks like a son of a gun. But I'm like, so what, it runs. It's a piece of, you know what, baby, but at least it's paid for,
It's 12:01 at 560. It's our gigantic, world-famous noon to 1 hour. Thank God for being back 10 to 2. That's all I can say. And I'm looking at these numbers. Did they send these to me direct, or did you fax them?
I faxed them along.
You faxed them. The X-Trends. Not a pretty picture, I'll tell you that. Of course, these are 12 plus. They mean absolutely nothing. It's impressive. I got just zillions of numbers here. All kinds of stations. AM, FM, Mobile, Exxon, Chevron. You name it, we got it. But it's not a pretty picture, this 12 plus, is it?
No.
Morning in the last month in May, 2.1. Middays, 3.1. Afternoons, a 2.2. Night times, a 1.1. And on the weekend, a 1.0. That's 12 plus, which means nothing. Why are we wasting our time with this? I guess we can't get the other demos in the sex trends, right? Is that it?
I guess. This is what they gave me.
Or is it just that they're saying this to impress me again that RFX, Fox Sports has a big in the month of May, and they want to like emphasize that again? Which that one does mean something because that's the entire audience 12 plus. That means there's no hope of them finding, well, like in men we did good. They just had no diaries. Nobody. They ain't got young people. They ain't got old people. They don't have men. They don't have women. They don't have children. They don't have dead people. They don't have senior citizens. They don't have anybody because they have a zero. That is remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing. Is he working on those bedtime stories? I want to report minute by minute. I want to know what else going on there. These pictures of him leaning over, passed out, it was amusing the first time, but now, why the hell do we want to, hey, Clarence, why do we want to pay somebody to come in and sleep? The QM hotel. Just, why not give him a pillow and a sheet?
Works for everybody else.
Yeah. Man, oh man, what a hot shot. All of a sudden he gets a couple of paychecks and right off the bat he thinks he's coming in just snoozing and cruising and schmoozing and smoking and joking. And
token.
Here's Sean in Hollywood who says, I heartily concur with your listener who recommended The Name of the Rose. Sean Connery plays a monk who is kind of an ecclesiastical Sherlock Holmes investigating the brutal murders of younger monks in a remote 15th century monastery. Not to be missed are Ron Perlman as the heretical demented hunchback. Sean, this is quite a review, man. Not to be missed. Who speaks English, Italian, French, and Portuguese all in the same sentence. And even Christian Slater can't ruin the sex scene between the virginal young monk Aujul and a filthy but beautiful peasant girl. The scene is so horny that you wish you were straight if only for a moment. Well, why is that? Can I look at Christian Slater?
If you must.
I'll tell you, he wasn't, how old is this movie?
Old.
Oh, well, in that case, he was like young and hung. He wasn't that ugly. He was just annoying.
Right.
He certainly wasn't ugly. He was pretty, he was okay.
Annoying.
I'd watch. So there you go. That's the latest and the greatest from Sean in Hollywood, who's chronic, but okay. 5670560. We had one guy, of course, what I asked for, we never get anyway. It's just frost my ass. That's the one thing, that's the one bone of contention that I'll never, ever give up on is the fact that these bastards just will not play the game, man. No matter what it is that I'm asking, they don't want, I had asked for males out there don't like Ferrall. And the reason I did this is because I didn't think there'd be, now maybe that one guy, maybe he's the only one.
Maybe.
That's possible. Because I think that he's gone over bigger than goddamn Mary Tyler Moore, if you ask me. I could be wrong about that. I could be totally full of crap. I don't think so. And we won't find out till the end of July when that June month kicks in there. Also, instead of coming in, I'm off, it will be very nice. I realize that you'd like to give us that medical report every morning, but during that period of time that we have to bond in the morning, which is such valuable short period of time, it would be a hell of a lot nicer if you'd like to tell me what the hell's going on. Wouldn't that be better if we had like a little business talk instead of Duff's daily medical report?
Whatever.
If there's anybody in the audience who wants to hear about Duff's rectum, we'll give him your home phone number. He can call you up and tell you. Look for the QM van right now from now till 1 o'clock at Austin's Dive Shop in Miami, 10525 South Dixie Highway. I bet you Miguel is sitting there just dying to see you. Stop by to get some free Marlin tickets, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. Somebody's got to go. Here's a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good news. The U.S. Supreme Court threw out the sodomy law in Texas.
How come I'm not watching the CNN right now?
It's on Love. It's on AOL.
There it is right now. There's, what's his name, Bob Franken, who just turned 100.
That's finally some good news. It was expected, but it was very good
Isn't
news.
that a shock?
I can't imagine which three were in the minority, the three fascists over there.
Scalia, Rehnquist, and Clarence Token Thomas, probably.
Right, the three goys or whatever.
Right.
But now
the question.
Neil.
How the Supreme Court
Hang on
found the right to privacy in the home. Would it affirm or overturn its own 1986 ruling, which upheld the Georgia law banning sodomy altogether? Or would the justices limit their new decision to the Texas statute that only bans sodomy between homosexuals? In 1998, 2 Houston men were arrested, briefly jailed, and fined $200 when they were caught in a sexual act by police who crashed into their bedroom, investigating what turned out to be a false burglary report.
Sort of Gestapo.
Gestapo is the word. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You can listen to that. I'm wondering now if we could all go Mo.
What did he say? Rape Mo? Something about that. I don't want to hear no mo of that. So, how do you like that? The Supreme Court said it's, that's why the Texas law.
For public health, but public morals as well.
Oh, the Family Research Council. There's another one of those crazy right-wing religious nuts with his homophobic bullcrap. Oh, there's Rick Santorum. I'm sure he's like foaming at the mouth. He's probably bending down on all fours right now. Here is the story. Let me print it out. When in doubt, print it out, okay? Oh, this computer is driving me nuts. So the guy that called before who allegedly was from Toronto but is loving it down there. Now, here's another classic example for you. Here it's 2003, and the Supreme Court had the balls finally to strike down these archaic sodomy laws, okay? While we got gays flocking here from all over the world to get married now, and while they're decriminalizing marriage a weenie and not putting people in jail for a couple of pin joints, how are they making strides? So you're living in a stone age, man, and believe me, like the other guy said, you found your right level. South Florida, perfect for you. Just look at Beaner Boy there, gets slammed into the goddamn slammer just because he happens to be driving without a license, hit somebody in the middle of the street, was on the wrong side of the road,
drunk,
stoned out of his mind. I mean, you know, what kind of excuse is that to put somebody in jail?
Right?
Here's the story. Supreme Court strikes down. Oh, you awake now? Good. How you doing?
A little tired.
Good, I guess. Not too good. From what? From what? We're going to have to get him a new computer. How much did that thing cost? Those are expensive, those laptops.
Yeah, I know.
They're a lot cheaper now. George got himself one that's a lot nicer than mine for a lot less than I did.
Yeah, but I don't know whether we should get you one because everything you touch fries anyway.
That's a good point.
Like his brain.
Yeah. You could give him a brand new one out of the box, and by 6 o'clock tonight he calls you, oh, gee, the damn thing blew up. How does your computer blow up? How does that happen?
When you stuff it with firecrackers and then light the fuse.
Works like a charm every time. That's what Harry said. How's Marion doing? You think Marion's coming back? No. Come on, Marion. Come on down to North Carolina to see how Harry's doing. The Supreme Court struck down a Texas ban on gay sex today, ruling that the law was an unconstitutional violation of privacy. The justices voted 6-3 in striking down the Texas law, saying it violated due process guarantees. The petitioners are entitled to respect for their private lives, just as Anthony Kennedy wrote for the court's majority. The states cannot demean their existence or control their destiny by making their private sexual conduct a crime. Gay rights advocates immediately hailed the decision, while religious conservatives, of course, bigoted assholes, right-wing, Bible-thumping hate-mongers, condemned it. It's an historic day for gay Americans, said Ruth Harlow of the Lambda Legal Defense Education Fund, a gay rights group representing the two Texas men. I think Americans will be celebratory about this decision, or maybe celibate. The ruling reverses an 86 High Court ruling upholding state anti-sodomy laws. Kennedy wrote that homosexuals have the full right to engage in their conduct without intervention of the government. You go, boy. The case then, while we know about that, gay rights advocates argued the law, a very strong ruling that we all as individuals, whether gay or straight, have liberty to choose who we'll love and how we'll do that in the privacy of our own homes, Harlow said. The court is just catching up with American society, which has already recognized gay people's equal liberty, equal humanity, and the court issued a very powerful decision itself recognizing that humanity. In addition to which, what she left out is that all Americans, at least anybody with a brain, don't want the goddamn government in their bedroom. But the ruling immediately drew fire from a spokesman for a religious conservative group, the National Clergy Council. The court has said today that morality, matters of right and wrong behavior, do not matter in the law, said the Reverend Rob Schenck, one of the group's founders. It's an undermining of our concept of justice in this country, said. The Texas case already has entered the national political debate, stirred by May comments from Senator Rick Santorum, member of the Senate's Republican leadership. Santorum said if the justices overturned the Texas law, then you have the right to bigamy, you have the right to polygamy, you have the right to incest, you have the right to adultery, you have the right to anything, and in his case, you even have the right to be an asshole. Okay, here are the people who voted in favor of this decision, okay? Striking down that sodomy law. Justice John Paul Stevens, David Souter, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Stephen Breyer, and, of course, Kennedy. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor agreed with the outcome of the case, but not all of Kennedy's rationale. And what did I just say to this last caller? He said, who do you think the three were who voted against it? Chief Justice William Rehnquist, Justices Antonin Scalia, and Clarence Thomas dissented. Scalia said the court has largely signed on to the so-called homosexual agenda. He also took the unusual step of reading his dissent from the bench. The court has taken sides in the culture war, Scalia said, adding that he has nothing against homosexuals. Oh, great! Oh, my God. Antonin Scalia.
You understand the Gestapo keeps track of everyone.
Yeah, we understand.
Nazi bastard.
Remember that scene in The Exorcist?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Don't we all? Don't we all remember it?
Uh-huh.
Hans. Wasn't that his name, Hans?
See.
12 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. So how do you like that? This week, all sorts of stuff is going down. And the Bushies and the right-wing supporters are like getting a little slapped on the ass, aren't they?
Rectum.
Yeah. Slapped around a little bit.
About time.
Good. In spite of their 3 self-appointed Nazis that they got on. Well, they didn't put him in, but they love him. In fact, well, no, they put him in.
Yeah.
They put him in there. I was thinking about that yesterday, about that day, that last day of the counting. Remember when they were counting the votes again after the Florida Supreme Court said, start the vote, count the vote? And they said, stop the vote. As soon as it started, that margin started getting like really raised, or said, cut it out, stop voting now. The real winner might win. And look what we got now. Huh? Look what we got now. They stole it right there in broad daylight. All those lunatics, let us in, right there in Dade County. Okay, you people ought to be ashamed of yourselves. It happened right there as usual. All the crap all the time.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
You got it, Mo. That's South Florida. Home of one embarrassing episode after the other. 12:13 at 5. Am I getting a little worked up?
A little bit.
But thanks anyway, that caller, for giving me the heads up on that, because I was not watching CNN. I try to avoid it as much as possible. By now you've been hearing about Laminates R Us, I'm sure, and about how laminate wood flooring from Laminates R Us is the easy, the intelligent, the inexpensive, low-maintenance alternative to natural wood flooring. Laminates R Us is the best place to find laminated wood flooring from all the top names in the business. Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Unifloor, and Quickstep. They've got all the top names, all installed by Pergo certified installers. Here's another reason why you should call Laminates R Us. Their prices will absolutely floor you. Right now you can get their summer special for just $1,995. That's correct. Just $1,995 for up to 380 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring. It is positively unbelievable. And Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer, too. If you'd like a free in-home estimate, no obligation at all, call Laminates R Us toll-free at 1-877-777-3336. What could be easier? Free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call Laminates R Us today and be sure and tell them that ancient, crusty old adolescent Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Tight little island full of gay romance. They wear gay sandals and they wear tight pants. Sun-drenched top to bottom every day. Blessed with the miracle of being gay. The very best of faggots in the USA. Giving big, big pleasure in a big, big way. The very best of faggots in the USA. Giving big, big pleasure in a big, big way. Chesterfield.
Join the big swish to Chesterfield Queen, new choice of the fags of America.
Okay, 12:18, a big day for fags all over America. And, of course, here in Canada, we've had big days for weeks now, and beyond that. At any rate, I just got your latest picture. A very, very sad commentary on what's going on in that studio there. It's scandalous.
Yeah.
Did you get the other story that I just faxed you, Beaner Boy? The one to add about the Supreme Court striking down the Texas sodomy law, and I said be sure and add this on there, Stoner Beaner?
Yes, he did.
Good. Was he just making guttural sounds now?
No, he's up and running around.
Up and running around. Let's hear it. Beaner Boy is up and running around, okay? A lot of people out there in the audience were very concerned for him. They thought maybe he was on the way out to an early demise. Probably because George gave him some really tainted bad crap, which wouldn't surprise me.
Don't hang that on me.
You've been known to do this before, okay? He was starting to get a little bit too big for his britches, starting to expand his horizons. He was after your yob, and right off the bat he comes in this morning and you slip him a little something. And I know that's what he was outside smoking. You're not fooling me.
Okay, yeah.
How many times did I ask you this morning, where is that man?
About 30, man.
Yeah, and you were like, bada beep, bada boop, bada bada. You won't give me a straight answer.
I don't know. Bada beep, bada boop.
Said he's out there licking Mo's ass or something, or cleaning his pee bag. I don't know what you were talking about.
George hired that lookalike cab driver to go over to my house.
Right.
And me out to
I sent that cab to him.
That's what it was, that packy driver. He was packing it. Well, that's good that Clarence came in and slipped you a little Mickey while you were taking that nap. 5670.
Is that what he calls it?
Yeah, he calls it Mickey. Everybody's got a name for it. Peter. Willie. 12:19 at 560 WQAM on a really bizarre Thursday. Boy, I'll tell you. This is not. Have we gotten any word from our programming?
No.
No? No? Well, when is this going to happen already? When are they going to get off the pot and make a decision? Today is the 26th of June, last time I checked. A momentous day when the Supreme Court said, oh, guess what? We can't have Rick Santorum picking in your bedroom, which is nice. But on the other hand, we'd like to find out what else is going to happen. In fact, it's after next week, right?
Right.
And then we start with that I do Tuesday and Thursday, although I'm thinking, why the hell bother doing that, you know?
Sure.
We get Ferrall on there from 8 to noon.
8 to 2.
8 to 2.
Here's a call from Hialeah. It's probably Beaner Boy's parole officer. Here, Hialeah, hello. Hialeah. Hola. Not there. Well, it's too bad. You know, we diddled around for a long time there. You're going to have to be patient. What else are you going to do for crying out loud besides bake? There's nothing going on there. God, talk about impatient. The same old crap, man. If you don't get to him like within 2 seconds, well, we don't have time for you. 5670560. And you notice the response I had about people admitting about the food binges? I had the one who was talking donuts. That was it.
A piker.
These people got fat. They went to bed one night looking like Karen Carpenter and woke up the next day looking like Don DeLuise. It's amazing, you know? It was like some kind of an act of God.
Ew, God.
That made them fat. They heard me talking about fish food on the air, and without even eating any, all of a sudden they ballooned up like somebody stuck a bicycle pump up their ass. What is wrong with you people? North Miami Beach, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? I got a pig-out story for you.
Okay, good.
Okay, I know you don't like seafood, but I do. I love it, and specifically raw oysters.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Okay, you're going to like this. I have a few friends that share my passion also, so... Oh, yeah, they're great. What we do is we go about like once a week, once every other week, and we have what we call oyster orgies, where basically we hit all you can eat raw bars, and we have a contest on how many oysters we can eat. You know, we'll go to Emerald Coast. They got pretty good oysters or shells. Anyways, one night, I'm not sure how many we put down between the three of us, but I know myself, I put down, are you ready? 9 dozen raw oysters.
Oh, my God.
I was so sick
That's
afterwards.
108 you ate.
Yes, I did. 9 dozen. They're so good, though. So, yeah, that's my pig-out story.
Oh, well, I feel better now.
What do you think of that?
I think it's grotesque.
Okay, and then...
I think 1 is bad enough, but 9 dozen just makes... Although I guess after the first couple slide down, what difference does it make, you know?
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
In closing, this is what we say when we're done. When we're done eating the oysters. Shuck me, suck me, eat me raw.
Okay. Yeah, there's a guy that eats it raw. 567.
All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. He's got a lot of homework to do for that Dolphin season, doesn't he? Got a lot of busy work to take care of. Plus, he's got to get that bag refinished before the season starts. I wonder what it smells like up in the Dolphin booth. I'll have to ask the Mad Dog next time. You know. Although he just gives me the hand signals, you know? Like he'll probably just stick his hands at it like that, his nostril.
I bet it smells like Old Spice.
Like Old Jew? 397 votes on the poll. Which of these moves by WQM do you like the most? Neil goes back to 10 to 2. 162. 41% are ecstatic with 10 to 2, and so am I. I'm side by each.
Ferrall gets the 8 to 10 slot.
96. That's for now. Don't forget CityLinkMagazine.com. Read the big story this week about Scott Ferrall. We've only had one guy call in and say, and that guy was, you know, a little on the boring side. He was okay, but a little low key. Mo gets shoved back in hour 81. Hank loses in hour 27. I think that's a little bit of a shot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do you revel in it?
I'm not reveling.
Every chance. Yesterday you were denying that you have a bug up your ass about Hank. He's a good friend. I like Hank a lot.
I will deny it. I like Hank
even
a lot,
though I never see him anymore and he is fat.
How dare
you? Now
you
you're
like that?
You're enjoying his
I'm not.
misery.
You made a funny line.
Hank, no, I did not make a funny line.
It's sarcastic. Of course that's a shot.
What's sarcastic? I know that. Now it's Beaner Boy's turn to go in there and slap you on the side of the head. Come on, it's just real hard, 3 or 4 times, like with a closed fist. Hank loses in hour 27. No more Crow on Marlin broadcast 23, and the Mad Dog moves to 2-4-8 out of 399 votes. We're on the verge of 400, and it's not even 12:30 yet. That's not too bad, considering the fact that Beaner Boy's been asleep half of the show. I'm going to check the bedtime stories right now, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to my home page. I'm going to check the bedtime stories. If the first one, I don't expect all of them because there's like 18 now, with the additional one I just sent, which that one should be first, of course, so that Dennis can see it. Oh, I heard Dennis from Kendall this morning call Mo. Didn't mention my name. Nice going, Dennis, you asshole. First time I think I ever... The road to cover up is the road to ruin. That's the same one we had yesterday, isn't it?
Absolutely correct, sir.
That's the same story that's been festering that spot on our website for like 24 hours.
Absolutely correct, sir.
It doesn't appear to be going anywhere.
Absolutely correct,
or
sir.
replaced by some of those great new important stories that I faxed you guys this morning.
Absolutely correct, sir.
How do you like that? Any timetable when we're going to get the show on the road here, sweetheart?
Stories already changed. It's just that I don't upload it after every story. I make a big chunk. I'll upload what I have now. It's about...
You sound so incoherent that there should be a law against this. You need... What?
He's ill, in case you hadn't noticed.
No kidding. Well, you need to be in a hospital or something. You need to be like in an asylum.
I already was.
You need to be in one of those places where Harry's hanging out.
With the saw?
Yeah, with the nice police officers that help you.
Yeah, there you go. Don't start cutting yet. Just run it in the back to, instill the fear of God in them a little bit. No more excuses. No more. You know what you're becoming? You're becoming a sad sack. You know what that means? I'm sure that expression is passé, just like me. But you're becoming a sad sack. Nobody wants to be a sad sack, do they? No. Don't be a sad sack, okay? Butch up a little bit. Pick your head up there. Stick that stuff in the computer, okay?
Yes,
Wipe
sir.
your ass off a couple of times and get with it.
Just
pretend you're in the military. Yeah, that's right. Instead of this moping around. The audience don't want to hear mopey, dopey crap. They want to hear somebody that's like alive and alert like me, like Scott. That's what they want.
Check it out.
That's it. And by the way, George is going to be doing all the fill-in shows this summer in Scott Ferrall's voice.
Bring it.
All right. I'm telling you, he's great doing that voice. The rest of the time he blows, but man, doing that voice. In fact, what you're going to think is Ferrall's filling in on that show, but it's really going to be George doing Ferrall. Although he'll probably have to bend down a lot. There is quite a height difference between that pair. Hurricane season's here. Before a storm hits, you put up shutters to protect the windows and doors of your home, of course. But what about the roof of your house? The Somay Paint Factory makes Roof Mastic, a roof coating that can help you hurricane-proof your roof. Somay's Roof Mastic saved literally hundreds of roofs during Hurricane Andrew, while unprotected roofs were peeling off and flying away all over the place. Somay's also got waterproof coatings for every kind of roof ever invented. Call the Somay Paint Factory at 305-633-6333. The Somay Paint Factory is the oldest quality paint and waterproof coating manufacturer in the entire state. Somay's going to save you a lot of money because they eliminate the middleman markup. They sell to everybody at wholesale prices that are 60% lower than what you'd pay for the same national brands at retail stores. So protect your home and property from South Florida's tough, brutal tropical climate with the best paints and waterproof coatings at unbeatable prices. Call the Somay Paint Factory at 305-633-6333 or find them on the web at somay.com. S-O-M-A-way. What is it? S-O-M-A-way.
Okay.
Isn't that right next to a Mike Myers way? Somay.com. You save money when you buy direct from the Somay Paint Factory. Be sure and tell them that Neil told you to call 305-633-6333.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil got out WQAM, where the faggot is.
Absolutely.
Senate Subcommittee on the Investigations of Weapons of Mass Destruction in Iraq is now in session. As always, due to the majority by the Republican Party, I will chair this session. I recognize the Democratic senator from Florida.
It seems to me that the weapons of mass destruction, in fact, do not exist in Iraq and were a false pretense for preemptive action as substantiated by the...
Time is up. Chair calls a vote. All those who believe Saddam had weapons, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes have it. 3-2. Moving on.
But wait. Several U.S. inspection teams and thousands of soldiers have been searching for For 11 weeks, they haven't found anything more than just...
All those who believe they need more time to find the WMD? Opposed? The ayes have it, 3-2. Moving on.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, the President wouldn't give the UN inspectors more time. Why should we extend the deadline for our inspectors?
Call the vote. All those who no longer want to listen to the big mouth liberal? Opposed? The ayes have it, 3-2. Moving on.
That is undemocratic. I'm entitled to speak.
Call the vote. All those in favor of ending this session and turning on Fox News for the O'Reilly factor? Opposed? The ayes have it, 3-2. Turning on.
This is ridiculous. I'm leaving. I'm taking this to the American
Call the
people.
vote. All in favor of taping the unpatriotic left-winger to his seat? Opposed? The ayes have it, 3-2. Taping down.
You can't do this. Hey, this is illegal. What if I have to go to the restroom?
Call the vote. All in favor of leaving the French-loving Islam freak to wet himself? Opposed? The ayes have it, 3-2. Moving on.
12:33 at 560 WQAM as we move on. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a lady in Delray Beach. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Neil.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay.
I'm from Toronto.
Really? How's it going, eh?
It's going good. I'm driving back in 2 days. Are you in Toronto right now?
I sure am.
You are? I'd love to take you out to the best dim sum restaurant.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I actually have someone I might like to fix you up with as well.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
He's hot.
No.
No?
31 degrees right now. We got a heat wave yesterday and today. It was 95 yesterday. It's going to be like 92 or 3 today. But then for the next 6-7 days after this, 75, 77 every day. It's going to be beautiful. You're coming back just in time.
I know. It's hotter here.
Hot and humid.
Hot and humid, and I'm painting.
And you're going to drive back up?
I'm driving back on Saturday morning. I'll be home Sunday night.
I'll see you at Customs.
That was a bad story. Coming over here, they almost didn't let me in.
Really?
Yeah, they thought I was moving in or something.
Uh-huh. They thought you were bringing like a box of SARS.
Probably. No, they didn't even ask me, and I had been at the hospital 2 days before.
Two things they don't like smuggling in, cigars and SARS.
Cigars and SARS.
Right.
So, are you interested?
No.
Not at all?
Not in the least. But listen, have a great trip, a safe trip.
Come on. Where are you in Toronto?
Somewhere between the lake and Mississauga.
I've been listening to you for years and years. I love you. I'd love
Great.
to take you out.
Give me a call, sweetheart. Call me when you get back.
All right.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Bye. Oh, my. Don't these people understand it's a radio show?
Nope.
They don't get it. She sounded very nice. I'm glad she's listening. I hope she enjoys the show. I don't want to go to dim sum, okay? I mean, dim, to me, the only dim I know was in like Clockwork Orange.
Right. And Georgia.
I don't do dim sum. I do, Klondike bars. Now, what is this that somebody, look at this, Ferrall! Oh, we got an ad in New Times.
Yes.
All right, we're actually publicizing Ferrall, which is good. Scott Ferrall. What does that say here? Decaf not served here. That's cute. Scott Ferrall, Sports Radio 560, 8 to 10 a.m. weekdays in the July 2nd New Times. Obviously a trade out, but we'll take it. And so will he. Why is it that people can't take no for an answer? I mean, see, it puts me like in this squirmy position. I'm not going to you follow what I'm saying?
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Oh. It's all your fault.
I know.
You and that juvenile delinquent we got in there now. All your fault. You're the one that made it. What did I say to you a couple of weeks ago? Dr. Frankenstein, you invented the monster, now it's out of control. And now you just throw up your arms. Well, I had nothing to do with it.
What do you want me to do?
Beat him up a little bit.
Or fix my computer, damn it.
I'll do that.
Your computer is not the problem, okay? You've got a wonderful computer sitting there, right there, brand new, out of the box, which I spent zillions of my hard-earned dollars on, just so we could have a good piece of equipment. What's the problem with that?
Nothing. Oh, but I had to reload all the software, and it's kind of a little bit different. So I'm catching up.
Yeah, you're catching up all right. We've got balls, 560 WQAM. Look at that ad, also in the New Times. I bet you there's a whole series of these coming, aren't there? Are you faxing these to me, or are they coming from someplace else in the building?
Both.
Oh,
someone faxed them to us elsewhere in the building. They got stuffed in the box. I passed them along.
Oh, great. We've got balls. How do you like that, Donna Shalala? Oh, it doesn't say UM on there. What a pussy, man. That was one of the most embarrassing episodes, and there have been so many in our tenure at QAM. Donna Shalala. gets a phone call or a letter or whatever, and she should, of course, consider the source anyway, but she gets a letter, and right away, oh, well, we don't want the U of M associated with that. That's disgusting. We demand that you take the UM logo off that billboard. We've got balls. And, of course, we all know that the U of M doesn't have any balls. So what's the big surprise, okay? You know, at least she's consistent.
The hurricane f***ing blow.
Amen. Here's a call from Hollywood. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, babe?
Pretty good.
Nice to talk to you again. It's been a while. Good show today. I gotta say the website has been totally kicking butt.
Oh, yeah.
Ferrall
Wait till you hear about the new guy we're going to get to do the website. The guy that has his own computer.
I think Ferrall's cool. It seems like it breathes a little life into your building over there. And
little life. It's like we were on life support before they brought this guy in. Okay, we were like gasping for oxygen. They screwed up the lineup. They moved me back to 9. We were dying. We were following a hostile old man, and now all of a sudden we got life back. It's like being given a second chance.
And the thing about Ferrall too, which is awesome, is that you and him are pretty much the hockey authorities, and it's nice to have somebody else there who weighs in and actually knows what they're talking about for the few hockey fans that you have down here, and you do have a few.
Good point, because even though Geldy knows this stuff, the fact is he's so intimidated by Mo, he's terrified to even mention a word, so he can forget about it on that show.
I love the way you rip him, and that Mozo the Clown is the shiznit. I love it. I almost peed in my pants when I saw that.
And I bet you he did too.
Well, Neil, nice to talk to you again, and when you leave, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do.
Okay, well, go out for some dim sum. How do you like that?
Maybe I'll dip some as well.
Okay, see ya.
Hey, can you play Eisner for my son? If you get a chance.
The whole thing?
One of them, if you could. Eisner?
Okay, you got it, man.
Thank you, sir.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Everybody seems to be in a pretty good mood today, aren't they? Except for Beaner Boy, who's out of sorts. Now, I asked you a question before about how much it would cost to get him a nice new laptop, and you're like, well,
I said
I want a
cost
number. I don't want bull crap. I just want a number, a ballpark.
I answered you.
How much?
I paid $1,000 for mine, but he might want one that's better.
Oh! Oh, man!
Well, you're not going to just get any old computer with somebody else's money, do you?
Right.
Some parochial
That's right.
Some bare bones laptop like I bought will do for him.
Why don't you contact our friend there that has all the good stuff, whatever that guy, David, wasn't that his name?
Yeah.
Or don't we deal with him anymore?
I don't know if he can beat the deal that I got.
Where did you get it?
Best Buy, with a rebate. I told you about it.
At Best Buy? You bought a computer at Best Buy?
I did some price searching for about a week.
Now, I'm assuming this isn't one that they had to get up on the ladder and get, because you'd still be there waiting.
Well, it was behind a cage, but I called ahead.
Oh.
I made reservations.
You made reservations
I
at
really
Best Buy.
did. I did.
Most people make reservations at restaurants, but when you shop at Best Buy for a computer, you have to make reservations like a month in advance to make sure you get your online for that big ladder they got.
Got the guy's name, had him meet me.
Great. Well, so let's get one. I'll take care of it. How do we do that?
I'll get it. You write me a check.
Oh, you got the cash?
I got a card.
No problem. I'll even mail it from here. How do you like that?
My eyes are welling up with tears.
What?
I'm
going to get you a real good one. Now, let me just tell you, I want the audience to hear this, okay? If this blows up, if it gets stolen, if it gets lost, if it gets confiscated by the high level police, at that point, I'm going to say,
if it should hang itself in its jail cell?
5 words I'm going to have for Beaner Boy at that point. It's been nice knowing you. Although that would be a lie at that point if that happened. You got it?
You got it.
I don't want to play Butch Boss, but you do a great job on the website, but your life seems to be becoming unraveled, and I think we need to draw the line in the sand today, get you a fresh start, get you a nice new laptop, a real good one. The audience deserves it. They love the bedtime stories, those with an IQ larger than their penis, or clitoris, or whatever. I'm still, I don't know. I mean, she was a very nice lady, and she's listened for a long time, but why do people do that to me? I'm not going to, tell her where I am, or give her my address, or go to a dinner with strangers.
Or inseminate her.
Huh?
What?
Oh, jeez. I think the audience is very confident about that last part, and so am I.
Well, you have a turkey baster, don't you?
No, yes, I sure do. It's got its own thermometer, too.
Pop up.
It's real hot. It pops right up. Yep. 1242 at 560 WQAM. Hey, it's a Neil Rogers 4th of July blowout sale from our good close personal buddies, Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto at Hallett Pontiac GMC. I never realized until last night when I got a fax from Bob Eisenberg just how much I knew they loved me, but boy, they love me like even more than that lady at Hallett Pontiac. You have no idea. They're obsessed. Here's Neil deal number 1 for at Hallett right now. Get yourself 0% financing for 60 months on every 2003 Pontiac or GMC in stock. Neil deal number 2, get up to a $4,000 rebate on every 2003 GMC and Pontiac in stock. Current and former military personnel, listen closely, get yourself an additional $750 rebate from your friends at Hallett right now. Neil deal number 3, lease the new 2004 Grand Prix, the Pontiac Grand Prix GT1, like I said, for as little as $289 a month. It's a 36-month lease. The folks at Hallett will give you all the details. And Neil deal number 4 now, get an additional $500 off some of the most popular GMC models, including the Envoy, the Yukon, and Denali, right now through the 4th of July weekend. Plus a GMC toolkit is yours while the supplies last. Now at Hallett, test drive a vehicle for 24 hours, take it home, take it to work, pick up Beaner Boy in it. That's not a bad idea. Hallett Pontiac GMC, the same great location. They've been doing people great deals for 35 plus years. It's 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 right across the street from the Falls. Open every day, 7 days a week. For more info on any of these deals, call the Neil Deal hotline toll free 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget all Neil deals. Subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details. You'll agree with me. Make no mistake about it. Hallett Pontiac GMC is professional grade.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Stop us at Max.
Eisner?
Mr. Mouse?
What the hell are you doing to me?
What do you mean, sir?
Why am I reading in the paper you're going to put a Disney theme park in Brooklyn?
Well, sir, we're just scouting locations.
Jesus, I'm scouting CEOs. You are killing me.
But sir, look what we've done with New York City, Times Square, 42nd Street.
Hang on. Remus! Remus! Turn off the vacuum cleaner, Remus! Get that bluebird out of here!
Okay, boss.
Eisner.
But, sir, look what we've done with Midtown Manhattan. 42nd Street is incredible.
You know what? Publicly, I supported that, but you took all the porn away. You're killing me. I'm going through Gaviscon like Pez.
We're just scouting areas. Calm down.
Listen to me, Butt Munch. Don't tell me to calm down. We got lucky with Lilo and Stitch, $128 million. Now, you're trying to ruin the whole network. What kind of programming are you running? Hang on a minute. Remus!
Yeah,
you got bluebird crap all over your shoulder! Clean yourself up, for heaven's sake! And turn off the vacuum cleaner!
Okay, boss.
Good God!
Sir, the network is fine.
Why couldn't you come up with American Idol? Good God, you're still running James Bond movies. They're 60 years old! Why don't you just put Steamboat Willie on and be done with it? At least then I'd make a couple of damn dollars!
Well, the movie division's fine. You mentioned Lilo and Stitch, and now we have the new M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out later this summer.
I know signs. What the hell does that mean? Stop sign, yield sign? You gotta start swinging some of these titles past me.
Please.
Remus. Remus.
Can't hear you, boss.
I know you can't hear me, Remus. You're still running the vacuum cleaner.
Yes, all right, boss. I'm running the vacuum.
Get out of here, Remus, and take that bluebird with you.
All right.
Eisner.
Yes, sir?
I'd be very careful the next time I started my car if I were you.
What do you mean, sir?
I'm about done with you.
What?
About done.
What, sir?
I'll put Hannah Storm in your job.
But, sir, I'm sorry.
You're terrible.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll put Remus in there. How'd you like to be president of Disney, Remus?
Oh, my.
What a wonderful day. Get out of here, you nutbag.
Absolutely.
12:49, 11 till 1 at 560 WQAM. We got our big 1 to 2 hour coming, and we got the Mad Dog in the studio. Jim Mandich 2 to 4. Hank is doing a show at the Seminole Indian Gaming in Hollywood, 4 to 6:15. Let's hear that veal. Oh my God. Well, I'm not going to say too much because they're spending money on the station again, so I don't want to get Hank into a bucket of crap. Although you probably would. But, no, seriously, that day, that was a day to remember. Remember that movie, An Affair to Remember? This was a day to remember. It'll go down in the annals of broadcast experience Our appearance at the Seminole Indian Hollywood Casino in on beautiful Hollywood, Sterling Road, and 441.
And it wouldn't have been the same without Electric Wheelchair Man knocking the chairs over trying to get to see you.
Oh yeah. Let me spin the wheel one more time. Here we go. Oh my God! The oldest person there, the youngest person there was like 98.
Yeah, not counting us.
I was going to say the oldest was death plus 10. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Got a question for you in dim sum country.
Okay.
If they got the best health care up there, how come 40 people died or 38 from SARS?
What the hell does that mean? How come people die from pneumonia? Oh, and that's it.
No, I was just saying in the U.S. nobody's died. That's what I'm saying. We're so close. I mean, I thought the health care is so good there or whatever.
You know what it is? It's like saying, how come people died in Taiwan from it? It was just the luck of the draw, that's all. Somebody got it over there and came here and brought it here, and by the time they were trying to get a cap on it, it was already spread through 4 hospitals. That's why. In addition to which, do you really believe that nobody in the U.S. has died from SARS? Do you believe that?
Yes.
I don't.
You think people have?
I want you to look up something on the internet, okay? Go do a Google search of pneumonia 3, okay? And the 4th definition of it is SARS. Severe acquired respiratory, whatever it is, stands for. Look it up. Pneumonia 3.
But I'm just saying the health care up there is supposed to be great. And
I wouldn't say the health care is great. In fact, in Toronto, that's one of the offshoots of the way they handle the whole SARS thing. They're foaming at the mouth about it. They didn't handle it right.
Oh.
I never told you the health care here was great. I mean, they have socialized medicine. They got health care for the public, which is more than I can say about the States. But to say that it's great, I never would tell you that.
I've been up there once on vacation, and just a lot of Chinese people have came into that area.
Yeah.
I guess they have a lot of people going back and forth, maybe family.
Sir, there was one person who came here from China that had SARS, went into the hospital with it, and that's where it came from. It wasn't in the I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't take it. Just like Mike Myers said, it's frustrating. I mean, what's the point?
I mean, we make up the death rate in any other category, you name it.
In addition to which, the thing that's the big topic here right now is the guns, the enormous number of guns that are being imported from the good old USA, and resulting in increased number of murders and violent crimes being committed with guns that are being imported across the border. You know, again, I'm not here for the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, the Toronto or Ontario Chamber of Commerce. You live where you like it, and I live most of the time where I like it, which is not in South Florida. Forget about it. He acts like I'm making some kind of a pitch for the chamber here, or like a SARS relief pitch. I'm not doing that. Stay where you are. Stay where the hell you are. 5670560. Although I will say, I had that thing here. Remember when I had to get my prescription?
Yes.
And I went to a free clinic. Well, it wasn't free. It was like, it's free for Canadians. I'm not a Canadian citizen. And I went to see the doctor. I told him about the situation because they won't take American prescriptions. And he wrote me the prescription. He said to me, how many do you want? I told him I've been taking it for a long time. I brought him the empty bottle. How many do you want? Right. Who ever heard of an American doctor saying to you, how many do you want? Because the American doctors want to have you keep coming back and back and back just to write you the prescription. So many of them. And I told him what I wanted. He writes me the prescription. I go out and I say, how much do you owe you? $35 Canadian, which at the time was like $21. $21.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. And of course, keep in mind, the Canadian people who were in there, they were paying nothing because they had their health card. But God forbid we should do that. God forbid everybody in America should have health care. God forbid that the drug companies should stop being able to rape the goddamn public. Now, we don't want to stop that because that's all commerce, man. Commerce. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Canada sure as hell is not perfect. Make no mistake about that. They got a real inferiority complex. I've told you that even before I came here. It's sad. And they shouldn't have one because they're light years ahead of the U.S. in terms of their social attitudes, in terms of a whole bunch of different things. In terms of the way they treat each other, in terms of the way they view each other. But
it's the American way, baby. We're the best. We're the biggest and the best. And if you don't believe us, we'll blow your brains out just to prove it to you.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. 198 people are most excited about us going back to 10 to 2. Oh! Let's hear it. You know what I might as well do while I got that thing there? Might as well click over here. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you now that we're getting you that brand new computer.
Yippee.
But I will say this, if we ever see you sleeping again, everybody go to neilrogers.com and take a look at Beaner Boy really hard at work.
I really wanted to take that picture down when I saw it.
That's one of those that's permanent, just like the, let's see, here's the first bedtime story. The road to cover-up is the road to ruin. Now, I could be wrong, George, because I am getting old and feeble, but isn't that the same one that we,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't read in the daytime. I went to night school.
I can. Now, at what point, since it is like 1 o'clock now, at what point can we expect some new ones to start popping up
right now.
on our very famous and in much demand website?
60 seconds.
And even though it is only Thursday, I don't want to start anticipating for the weekend again, but this Saturday and Sunday, are we going to have unless you get arrested again, are we going to have new bedtime stories on there for the audience this weekend? So that if we're not, they don't have to waste their time looking.
Yes, we're going to have new stories and new toys.
Absolutely.
New toys for them to play with, okay? Great. In fact, maybe that banana-shaped dildo that Ferrall was talking about, maybe we can stick one of those on there.
George, can I borrow yours?
Huh? No, I'm using it.
12:56 at 560 WQAM. I guess Duff won't be needing that, huh? I guess they sure opened him up yesterday, huh? But good. He said they had a team of proctologists, scoping around in there.
Spelunking.
I'm not talking about looking. I'm talking about, traveling around. You know, what was the movie where they, went into the...
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Was that the one?
With Pat Boone?
Where they were, inside the human body?
Oh, that one. That was the Fantastic Voyage.
Right, Fantastic Voyage, where they were, going through the capillaries and through the old...
Rectum.
Wow. Man, oh, man of Shevitz.
And the scapularies.
And Duff did say he still got one in there. 12:57 at 560. I'll tell you what you ought to have in your mouth right now, and that's Oleomed. It's good for you. I pop it in my pussy every day for my blood pressure, and they've got products for all kinds of different things. Oleomed soft gels contain the finest olive oil on this globe. Not just ordinary olive oil, but super concentrated, loaded with all kinds of good stuff for you. Oleomed every day can help reduce the risk of heart disease and high cholesterol. There are 14 different Oleomed formulas you can choose from, each one combining the best olive oil with vitamins, minerals, herbals to support different parts of your health. From your bones, there's one for your blood pressure that I'm taking and one for your immune system and lots more. Just choose the formulas that are right for you and what you need. Now there are 3 new Oleomed formulas, one to help you sleep, one to help you control that disgusting weight, and Cell Q10 for your heart. 7 Klondike Score bars, and each one was delicious. Pick up Oleomed at Publix, Eckerd's, Walgreens, Whole Food Markets, Navarro's, and Sedano's, or order it online at oleomedamerica.com. For more information, call them toll-free at 1-866-OLEOMED. That's 1-866-653-6633. Pop some Oleomed in your puss today and start feeling better right away.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hi, all my favorite Republicans. This is Matt Drudge, and it's time for the... Excuse me, I'm floating. It's time once again for the Neil Rogers...
1 to 2.
Hour.
Hey, dude. Are you smelling?
If I'm smelling, there's no telling. Ellen.
There ain't no smelling where my feet are dwelling.
That's 'cause these hip Caucasians are wearing Dr. Schmoll's odor eaters.
Yo, are you smelling?
If I'm smelling, lock me up like a felon.
My feet used to be smelling like rotten melons. If you took a whiff, your eyes would start welling.
People were rebelling until I stopped smelling.
Dr. Schmoll's odor eater insoles are the best way to stop foot odor and the best way to rip off our gelin ads.
Yo, Kellen, are you smelling?
No, I'm not smelling.
Man, you are so smelling.
When it comes to smelling, you're excelling.
The reasons for you to stop smelling are compelling.
Dr. Schmoll's odor eater insoles. Available at your local drugstore.
That's where they're selling.
You'll never believe what I just found out.
I give up.
The road to cover-up is the road to ruin.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Well, for anybody who didn't know that, that's our first bedtime story on neilrogers.com on our website right now. Didn't he say it was going to be 60 seconds? Not that I'm trying to be pushy, but it is after 1 o'clock. Is he asleep again?
No, I'm doing it one more time to see if it goes up, because I've done it 3 times already. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, my God. This is so perfect. You know, it's so typical of what goes on at QAM. Everything you try to... We did the poll yesterday. The majority of the audience likes this stuff. I sent you a whole bunch of crap early this morning about 8...
About 30, man.
About 8:30. And here it is, 1 o'clock, and it's bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop, bada-boop, and he's pushing buttons and shoveling it and sticking it, and I do have a couple of bedtime stories that are important enough for me to read, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to get that. I beg your pardon?
Try to refresh me, get a chance to see if it'll work now.
Oh, you sound so morbid, so depressed. I'm going to jump off the balcony, though, just because...
Not before you send the check.
Oh.
Kidding, of course.
Look at that! There it is! Oh! All right! I knew he could do it. I knew our little genius in resident, whatever the hell they call that. What do they call it? Nut job.
Junkie?
Record industry is to sue song, what does that say? Song downloader. That's a bizarre headline. But anyway, there it is. And don't say we didn't warn you, okay? All you people that are sharing files there, you better, do something, okay?
Didn't they tell us it was nice to share?
Yeah, well, everything but that. You can share, but not stuff that belongs to somebody else. Embedded reporter's role in Army units, actions question. Okay, excellent. Very good. Beaner Boy, he's got it.
Oh!
We apologize for being very slow, but I'm going to send him a check for about $20,000, and we're buying a computer. Remember the first computers that Univac? No, you wouldn't.
I saw those in movies.
Oh my God, those things were like the size, they had to have a whole room.
Yeah.
They had tubes, like TV sets used to have those big tubes, like our transmitters got final tubes, those big clunky old things. They had gigantic tubes in them.
Like Mo has tubes.
Not that big.
Oh.
And they don't smell that bad. Are you picking on Mo again?
All the crap you can unwrap, all the slime, all the time.
I can't wait for the announcement to be made official.
Ferrall, 6 to 10 a.m. Mo Howard on the,
Well, he'll still be doing the Dolphin games.
And the updates.
He's going to drive down from Boca every morning to do the sports updates. And the Beast will have a stopwatch just to make sure they don't go too long. Oh!
You're over, Mo.
Experts said to tell legislators he was pressed to distort some evidence. A very disturbing story. A top State Department expert on chemical and biological weapons told congressional committees in a closed-door hearing last week that he had been pressed to tailor his analysis on Iraq and other matters to conform with the Bush administration's views, several congressional officials said yesterday. The House described what they said was a dramatic moment at a House Intelligence Committee hearing last week when the weapons expert came forward to tell Congress he had felt such pressure. By speaking out, they said, the senior intelligence expert, identified by several officials as Christian Westerman, became the first member of the Intelligence Committee on Active Service to make this sort of admission to members of Congress. How do you like that? He told lawmakers last week that while he felt pressure, he never actually changed the wording of any of his intelligence reports. He didn't immediately provide lawmakers with details about his complaints. It remains uncertain the degree to which his concerns related to Iraq or other regional issues. How do you like them apples, huh? So there you go. The whole story's on our website, on that very fancy schmancy website, neilrogers.com. Hey, by the way, don't forget about our fourth and final Hot Couples Contest. Have we picked the dates for this yet? You got the calendar there, right?
Right.
Look at July. The second Monday in July is what? Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh?
14th.
14th? Okay, so July 14th will be the date that will have the pictures up on our website. And then July 21st will be the day we give away the prizes. Okay, same prizes before, the trips to the Bahamas and Jamaica, to Hedonism 2 or 3 in Jamaica. And the third prize dinner for 2 at the Pizza Loft. So we already have what? We have 2 now? We have a pair?
Yes.
I can't enter, right? I can't enter.
My turn to go to sleep. Yeah, well, yeah, let me ask you this. What if I do that? Okay, it just dawned on me. What if I just sit here and not off in a chair? It's very comfortable here. I got this nice expensive chair that I bought to replace that old green relic that Bob Vermouth wheeled into here.
Go ahead, fall asleep. We'll paint your toenails.
Do you remember that first day that I did the show from here?
Yeah. What about it?
The big green chair that they shoved in here.
Oh yeah,
the
like the lounge.
And I was sitting on my nuts for 4 hours. I thought when I got up, I thought I was going to die. I thought I was just. I mean, everybody likes crushed nuts on their sundae, but crushed nuts on the chair is not a good idea. It was bad.
I love eating nuts.
Yeah. Eat this. Well, actually, not this, but it's got the same 4 letters, Beast.
Eat that.
Yeah, this. Just rearrange the letters. You'll figure it out. Like Mo, you'll figure it out.
Okay, first one.
Right, Mo?
Absolutely.
July 4, we got a couple entries already, the hot couples, and you can start sending them into neilrogers.com, okay?
Contest at neilrogers.com.
Contest at Neil. As a matter of fact, I bet you would go to that fancy website. Are we ready? Is it ready to do something? Probably not.
Or receive those pictures? Probably not.
Oh, but anyway, it's still June. It's still June, because I know if you click on it, like I'm doing right now, it's just nothing.
And those people that like to use that address as for any other purpose, they get blocked.
I got 3 words for you, okay?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
They get blocked and ignored, and so...
Right. We don't do emails. If we did emails on this show, we'd have thousands of them every day. Most of them are crap anyway, and you know, and there might be some good ones, but we don't have the time or the desire or the inclination to weed through thousands and thousands of emails and a bunch of baby schmidt so that we can find a couple of good, something we might be interested in.
It's like panning for gold at the beach.
Exactly. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Ferrall, 6 to 10. When?
Soon.
When?
Soon.
No Mo. No.
That guy's adamant, man. He will not take...
No.
No, he will not take Mo for an answer. No Mo. Just relax, Pally. These things will happen, okay? Just like it said in that City Times article, City Link, whatever that thing is. Schmitty Link. That was pretty blatant, you know? It's like he's coming right out and campaigning for 6 to 10, and you know it's going to happen in just a matter of time. In the meantime, Mo was there like pretending to be in denial.
What else is he going to do?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Although if he had any balls, he would just say, I know you want my job. You want to come in here and get my job. You missed a hot shot, but I'm going to, I got a contract and I'm going to continue showing up. And if you push too hard, I'll get you a contract. It says, whichever version Ferrall believes, someone could easily envision a scenario in which his show swallows 2 more hours. And I'm sure he swallowed plenty of interesting things in his life, but it says, in which his show swallows 2 more hours. If you're QAM, how do you hold back a promoter so tireless and then think about the Mets night at the Gay Stadium and the booze cruise? How do you not piggyback on a guy who's turned out to be an excellent setup man for station Haas, Neil Rogers? I don't remember that. I guess that Alzheimer's kicked in. I don't remember being on Bonanza.
Yeah, well, I was Little Joe.
Were you?
Yeah.
What was Beaner Boy?
That's the engine.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I guess it's just because it's the it's the dead days of the summertime. That's a good excuse, isn't it? Why everything is slowed down to a crawl now?
Sure.
Here's a call from Miramar. Hello. Miramar. Going once.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Speak to me.
Yeah. Neil?
Yeah.
Listen, I got a couple of comments. Wait a minute.
Go right ahead.
You know that fellow that Ferrall character?
Who?
That Scott Ferrall?
Fat Ferrall, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's going to take your place.
Oh, take my place now, yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If he does that, you know what? I'll never listen again. I listen to you all the time. It's the first time I ever called you.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to listen to this station again.
Okay.
This guy is obnoxious.
Yeah, he is.
He's nasty.
And he's looking for my job, I guess.
Yeah.
Heard him say this morning he's going to triple my ratings and he's going to triple my salary.
Did you hear that?
He's looking to move right on in here. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. This guy is he's like...
Pure poison, man. Real trouble.
Yeah, real trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be over in a couple hours to help you clean out the bag. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 QAM.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Ferrall, right-wing Nazi, Republican motherfuckers.
Yes.
Sanctimonious phonies who would turn in their own mothers.
Absolutely.
I'll bet you're gonna save that when a gun's at your back as they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi, Republican motherfuckers. Well, it just ain't enough to just have Rush filling the airways with hatred. The radio is permeated with the likes of Dr. Laura, Bill Hendry, and Michael Reagan. They call it Clear Channel 'cause they're clearly out to make the message clear. The right-wing Nazi, Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't get any dumber. That are married to whatever they are told to believe and worship George as their king. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, the Democrats who crap their pants like a child at a scary movie have Terry McCullough who should go home and shut up because he don't have a clue what he's doing. The Democrats have a death wish when it comes to deciding who they will run, and you can color them done if they run Joe Lieberman. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers who get indignant if it isn't them that's getting a juicy Hummer. Just remember what I said when a gun's in your back if they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't...
118 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday to you. It's a great day for the Irish and the Jews and the Goyim and the Indians and everybody else, too. Here's a nice fax, a real butt-sucking fax. Thank you, Gary. It says, I listen to you every day at work. I'm one of your faithful listeners. Have been listening to you for years, but have never called or written. I think you're great. You're right, Gary. Simply put, you are the voice of reason. Right again. I'm trying to get a couple of pictures on your website without success. Are you having trouble with that, too? I guess he's talking about the hot couple contest.
In the meantime, if he's really impatient,
yes,
he can email them to me, George@neilrogers.com. That's Jorge, of course.
That's Jorge, by the way, for all you Anglos out there, you crackers.
Right.
Jorge@neilrogers.com.
It's Irish.
It says, I also like when you talk movies. I haven't seen Requiem for a Dream yet. I'll try to make time to look at it. Look at it, Gary. Take a look at this. When things slow down, here's a question for your poll. What chick flick do you guys hate most? Do you like that question for a poll? What chick flick?
Okay, for like a middle-of-the-week poll when we can't think of anything better, sure.
That's a good poll for you when you're filling in.
Absolutely.
Right after, when you got that last half hour after Ferrall leaves?
The last segment, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
at the,
that's right.
10 to 2.
10 to 2 until 2. That's the George Rodriguez show. Rest of the time, it's going to be Scott. He wants everybody's job. Check it out.
See, I don't know how he does it.
It hurts. It really does.
It hurts me. It just tears my throat out. Speaking of that, I'm thinking, let's see. It says, thanks for all you offer to your audience. You're an entertaining guy. You've got the right attitude. Yes, I do, Gary. People shouldn't take things too goddamn seriously. Keep up the good work. Keep the bedtime stories coming. Thanks for all you do. Someday I'd like to know the reason is why you can't play the Condoleezza bit. Well, that's because they told us. They said, if you play it, bye-bye. And so we said, okay, we won't play it. It's a long story. A bunch of right-wing assholes. Now, what was I just saying? Oh, yeah, because I'm thinking after eating those 7 Klondike Score bars yesterday, huh?
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe I'll go back, since especially in Toronto, you can get Cuban cigars, you can get any kind from anywhere in the world. It's not one of those things where you can't go out and buy whatever the hell you want because the government is trying to, influence what kinds of cigars you smoke with their foreign policy, which is a bunch of schmidt. But I gave up cigars quite a while ago. I shouldn't say that because then Ken Halper won't give me any more. You know Ken Halper, my buddy from Nationwide Limousines?
You've spoken of him.
Or it's not called. What is it called? National Limos?
National Limo, I think.
Sorry. You know, the one that I gave that real quick, nice plug to a couple of weeks ago when he brought me back, and then
yes.
I can't. Anyway, he gave me a couple of real nice big fat ones.
Yeah. Did you hit him?
Seriously, he did. Give me a couple of big fat ones. But I didn't smoke them, and I don't want him to feel bad, but I just gave up smoking cigars. I could bring them to you.
Okay.
But I'm thinking maybe going out and getting a whole bunch of Daneman Lights.
Oh, yeah. That'll get you going.
That'll get me going. I'll get like a big giant thing growing on my tongue. I've always wanted a big thing on my tongue.
Yeah.
So, that's the question. You want to die first from lung cancer, which is a horrible way to go, or you just want to die from fat, which at least is delicious. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. You and I talked about this before the show yesterday, and then I didn't have a chance because we were so damn busy. Anybody believe that?
No.
Well, I just forgot. Man left lodged in windshield of car, likely alive, 2 hours, medical examiner says. Let me turn on the court TV now. Do you think that trial is on? Oh, here you go.
There's a lot of speculation, but we don't know one way or the other. But I can give you a little bit of humanizing of this defendant. What I understand about her background is that...
You know something? You're never going to believe this if you live to be 5,000. How often have I turned on court TV since I've been here? It's 2 years now?
I don't know, twice.
Financial
The verdict just came in, and she's guilty of murder.
On her house.
Excellent. You're leaving a
charm
right.
For a long time,
Wow.
And she finally thought she was going to have to get renters in.
And, you know, the best part of it is I had this story down a little further in my pile. You know, I got my piles over here.
Rectum.
Yeah. And I just leafed through, and I thought, well, I forgot to talk about this yesterday. I better mention it now, because we hate that bitch like crazy. We hate her, Shanti Mallard. What kind of a name is that? Shantae, whatever her name is? Bitch.
Yeah.
By any other name, she's still a bitch. For about 2 hours, Gregory Biggs lay bleeding but alive in the broken windshield of a car that hit him. He probably would have survived if the driver had called for help. A medical examiner testified yesterday at the trial. He was obviously in severe excruciating... Oh, and there's that bitch, that damn blonde bitch.
Nancy Grace.
Oh,
Absolutely
hate her,
not.
too.
And it's
In
my
fact,
theory
stick her
as
in
the
jail with that other bitch,
prosecutor,
with
I would bring
Shantae.
on not only
Mr.
Biggs' son, but I would also bring on the...
Oh, she's a Schwarza?
Yet again, or possibly an emergency room doctor. What was irrelevant at guilt-innocence phase was the degree of pain this man suffered. They
He
were
was
allowed
begging
to
for his
testify only
life.
as to the
Right.
length of time.
And she went inside and had sex with her boyfriend while he was out there pleading on the stuck on a windshield while he was dying on her windshield.
Now is the time for this jury to learn, as gruesome as it may be, how painful this was. You can only imagine having your leg amputated in a garage and on a public highway and then hanging there for a period of time only to be wrapped in a blanket and thrown onto a public park. This is the time for the jury to learn that. And as to Jinkosaurus, and this being a daddy's, mommy's girl trying to please her parents, I couldn't disagree more. Why else would she be out drinking, using ecstasy and marijuana if she were a good girl?
I dare say that would not please Mom and Dad. All right.
There you go. The verdict is in. Shantae is guilty of murder, and she faces life in prison. How do you like that? Which is too good for that bitch. Wow. The impact broke Big's thigh bone, shin bone. Ain't the thigh bone connected to the shin bone? Shin bone connected to the... An arm on his right side, nearly amputated his left leg and gouged his torso. His injuries were aggravated as she continued to drive, but Biggs still could have been saved with quick medical treatment. Instead, Biggs bled to death over about 2 hours. Oh. Every time I read this story, it makes me wonder, what kind of people are we talking about? What kind of scumbag? Wow, 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 wow. Cleet Jackson, who with his cousin Herbert Tyrone Cleveland pleaded guilty to tampering with evidence in the case, testified Tuesday that Mallard had borrowed another car, picked him up about 6 hours after she struck Biggs. She took him to the garage, showed him the car with Biggs still in the windshield, Jackson said. I said, we ain't going to burn nobody. We're going to put him somewhere so his family can find him so they can bury him because it was an accident, Jackson testified, his voice quivering. That night, Jackson said he and Cleveland went into the garage, apologized to the lifeless Biggs, and extracted the body. Biggs' body was found on Cobb Park, October 27, 2001. Jackson was sentenced to 10 years for his involvement. Cleveland was sentenced to 9 years. And this bitch, this Mallard bitch, she's going to get probably life. Oh, here's the Lacey Peterson murder case.
Okay. September 9th at...
Get me off of court TV, okay? You're right, because you said your wife watches it all the time.
All the time.
It's like an addiction. Once you start, you can't freaking stop. So just some great news today. We get the Supreme Court bringing the U.S. at least up to the, the 18th century, 17th?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere like that. Striking down the Texas sodomy law, and now this bitch is everything back to Texas again. See, all the repressive right-wing crap. Ain't it a coincidence our president comes from there?
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
In chains, just the way I like 'em.
I wore much better pants when my career was alive.
You gotta get out more, Mo. It's rotting away in here.
Hey, you want something to eat?
What do you got?
Nothing. But I can pull something out of my ass.
Nah, Mo, I gotta get going. I'm starting a new business.
Hey, no kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a hooker.
I'm proud of my bubbler.
Thanks, Mo.
Oh, yeah. You sure you don't want something to eat, huh?
Mo, I keep telling you. Hey, what are you, drug addict or something?
Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
You just took a fistful of purple pills.
They're prescription, you moron.
Ow!
I got them from my doctor.
What doctor?
Dr. Pepper, what's it to you? Oh, look, my hair is Reuben askew. Oh, my God, this place is a mess. And my underwear smells like hot bologna. Now, get out of here. My favorite show is on.
We gotta lose it. Move joining us from prestigious Boca Raton Slaughter.
Republic. Well, I'd just like to say...
That's a lovely dress you got on there, you homo.
Why, thank you.
Boy, such a dream I'm having. I feel like running down the street naked. Look, I'm a naked man. You want to rape me, pal, huh? Am I? Oh, look, you want to rape me, Pally? Hey, come here. You want to rape my highly desirable ass, huh?
Get out of here, you boy.
I'm a naked man. Come on and rape me, oh, yes. Hey, you lady, I'm a naked man. Take a look at this hair.
Come on, pal.
Hey,
ain't gonna hurt
your
you.
hands off me. Oh, I was on radio, you know. I was on the radio.
Just suck on the tube and you won't feel a thing.
I was on the radio, you know. I was on the radio.
Oh, hello, Mo. Duff and I decided to stop by and see how you were doing.
Oh, this is terrible.
It's 1:33. How come I don't play that, No Mo?
I don't know.
I love that. That's one of my all-time favorites. I better mark that with an asterisk. You know what?
Yeah.
On this disc, on this great extra disc that Boca Brian made special for me. Thanks, Boca. You're the best. And the stuff this week was beyond description. It was so good. Okay, we're changing the pool.
Okay.
We're adding we're adding another pool. You want to know why?
Okay, sure.
Because we have this very dramatic time at WQAM when the decisions are going to be made, like coming up very soon, like in just a matter of days, when we start that summer schedule. A lot of meetings going on, a lot of arm pulling, leg pulling, pud pulling, right?
Right.
Here's the results of the first poll from today. Which of these moves by WQM did you like the most? We had 576 votes. Not a spectacular total either, kind of like tailed off once Beaner Boy fell asleep. Deal goes back to 10-2, 249. 43.2% are most ecstatic about 10-2, but not nearly as much as we are. Ferrall gets the 8-10 slot. 129. We'll get to him in a moment. We got more Ferrall stuff coming. Mo gets shoved back an hour. 111 are most happy about that. Hank loses the hour. 41. I still think that's a shot. No more Crow on Marlin broadcast. 35. And Mad Dog moves to 2-4. 11. So that's it. Schmidt canned that poll. We're coming up with a new one. Now, we already did this after, this is a few weeks ago we did this, right?
Right.
Well, how do you know? I haven't told you what the poll is
I know
yet.
where you're going.
Oh. What's your take on Scott Ferrall? Which I don't think that's exactly the way we did anyway, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. Well, I mean, now they've had enough time to warm up to him or learn to hate him like poison. That was really not fair to do it that soon, but it killed a good day. What's your take on Scott Ferrall? Let's spell it right this time, by the way. Ferrall. 2 R's, 2 L's. Got it?
We got it.
Somebody writing this down? You think Eric is writing it down?
We're writing it. Don't worry.
Oh. Here's 6 choices for you. I love him. He's a hoot. He's okay. Better than Mo.
Absolutely.
Can't take that voice. Want him on 6 to 10 a.m. now. He sucks. Bring back Mo at 6. And who's Scott Ferrall? Once again, covering all the bases all the way around the home plate again. Right?
Read it again.
Oh, that's right. You're writing it down. What's your take on Scott Ferrall? You know, even just to say his name like that hurts my throat. Oh. God. I love him. He's a hoot. Got that one?
Got it.
He's okay. Better than Mo.
Absolutely.
Can't take that voice. Ready?
Got it.
Want him on 6 to 10 a.m. now for that kind of plantation. Anybody else who wants to vote for that, but I'm sure I know what he's voting for. He wants him on 6 to 10 a.m. now. as in tomorrow a.m. He sucks. Bring back Mo at 6.
Absolutely. All the crap you can unwrap. All the slime all the time.
And who's Scott Ferrall? Those are our 6 magnificent choices. A bonus poll today on QAM on the world-famous Neil Rogers Show. Looking at the final totals on that, the Peaches totals. Damn near 43% are just ecstatic about us going back to 10-2. Nice move. See, there's some people in the building who want to take credit for that, but they also don't want to take the blame for taking all those months off of our lives.
That kind of evens it out, doesn't it?
No, it does not.
Oh.
Not at all. No, because they can't give us our life back. See what I'm saying?
The time, that year.
That would be like running somebody over with your car like that bitch in Texas and then like inviting them to dinner. It just doesn't quite compensate. Here's a call from Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Scott?
I want to vote for Ferrall.
Okay.
He's got one of those voices you just can't live without.
You're right.
Break a one-nine for Ferrall.
No, the guy actually has a point, and I can't think of anybody else I've ever known in this business who you start, you hear his voice. I'm not talking about imitating what he does on the air, but just the voice.
Right.
You do it. I do it. We haven't heard Beaner Boy do it yet.
I haven't heard the strength of voice.
No, you're like a real pussy. You can barely even speak at all. You've got like a thin voice.
Especially today.
Everybody's doing it. Even Mo does it there at the end of the show. Scott Ferrall's coming up next.
Have you heard him do that?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's right. You haven't, George, because you don't listen to him. Well, come on. Well, he needs your help.
I'm going to start listening.
No, you're not. Economy downs Bush's re-election support.
All right.
Wow. This is from the Brit Guardian Unlimited. President Bush basks in high approval ratings, but when potential voters are pressed about giving him a second term, the numbers drop. A reflection of worries about the struggling economy and a general wait-and-see attitude so far ahead of the election. Bush's overall approval ratings have remained at 60% or higher in most polls since 9/11 attacks, but now that the electorate is turning to thinking about Bush's handling of the economy and wondering who the Democrats will nominate, the president's re-elect numbers are at 50% or lower in several polls. In a recent CNN USA Today Gallup poll, 50% said they would vote for Bush. 38% backed the unknown Democratic candidate, with the rest undecided. Those numbers aren't very different from those garnered by Bush's father in June of 91, when the commander-in-chief was praised for the U.S. success in the Persian Gulf War and the Democrats were scrambling for a candidate. And, of course, as most of us will recall, Bill Clinton defeated, lambasted George Herbert Walker Bush in the 92 election. With job approval, you're asking how they feel right now, said Frank Newport, editor-in-chief of the Gallup poll. Bush's job approval ratings won't accurately reflect his potential till March or April next year, he said. The current poll also found that 37% of Democrats approve of Bush's job performance, but only a third of those Democrats who approve would vote to re-elect him. Among independents, the re-elect numbers weren't as high as the approval ratings. What this means is that Democrats and independents who lean Democratic still want to consider other choices, said Andrew Cahoot. He's in cahoots with them. Director of the Pew Research Center for the People and the Press. Bush will still have to convince swing voters that he's the right person for the job once the Democratic candidate emerges. I think one thing that the president probably ought to avoid saying too much when he's campaigning next time is that, you know? And if he says, don't be snorting again, okay? Everybody heard that. That was George.
Yeah.
George just snorted.
That was my impersonation of El Presidente.
You're lucky that Rick Riley ain't here. Every time somebody would snort on the air, especially if he did it. Like it was like a major world development just happened.
Oh, jeez. I inhaled a hair.
You just snorted. Of course, he never told us, he had a lot in common with the president. He never told us what he was snorting. Hair. Don't pick on Rick Riley now, okay? You see, you're a bitter man.
What are you talking about, bitter?
You hate Rick Riley.
I don't.
You do.
I don't. Say
on the air what you say off the air. Say it now. Repeat after me. I hate Rick Riley.
Had problems.
Just like Eisner.
Eisner.
Come on, say it.
Their ancient history.
Hate Rick Riley like poison. You wish he would die.
Nope.
You think he's a real redneck.
Wish he was on the radio somewhere. Like
on our station?
Anywhere that I could listen to them, Rick and Suds.
Like when? What time would they be on?
I don't know, afternoon sometime, like maybe driving home. Like on winds, maybe?
You are, I'm telling you, the humper's going to come, he's going to sit on you. Hank is going to come in today, he's going to sit on your ass.
Carlos is getting love faxes since we put that picture up on the website.
Is he?
Oh my God, thanks for the pic of Beaner Boy. He's as cute as he sounds. Does he go both ways? I'll fax my address.
What guy's that from?
I don't know. One of our people.
Fags.
Yeah, I go both ways. I'll go to her house.
It's a damn good thing you got your head down on the table in that one picture so they can't see your ugly puss, okay?
He's got his head down?
He's got some head down. 142 at 560 WQAM. If you're in a dead-end job, speaking of boner boy, maybe college is too expensive and takes too long. Maybe you're like really in desperate straits. If you can afford $10 a month and commit yourself to 3 nights a week for 4 months, Fast Train can help you achieve that new high-paying career that you've been dreaming about. That's right, just $10 a month and 3 nights a week for only 4 months for individuals who qualify. So call our good paisans, our close personal buddies at Fast Train at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and they'll explain to you how to get out of your rut. With 4 locations in town, there's bound to be a Fast Train near you. So call them today, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. You'll be talking with a train career counselor. Be sure not to mention Todd Dreck's name, or they'll probably hear a dial tone. Fast Train offers day, evening, weekend schedules, job placement, hands-on training. So call Fast Train today at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Their deferred payment is valid for a year. Regular payments apply thereafter. Whether you're a high school student on summer break, somebody in an underpaid dead-end job who's sick and tired of working for nothing, or just looking to increase your net worth and getting a big fat paycheck every couple of weeks, call Fast Train today at 866-FAST-TRAIN or check them out on that wicked World Wide Web at fasttrain.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
On the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil Guy.
What is it? Meat. Meat, but it's raw. You can't eat that raw. You'll get man-cow disease. Oh. I eat like a man. Meat makes you grow up big and strong, like Neil. What's that you got? I got Spistati. What's this? I can dunk it without dripping. You eat like a pussy, like a girl, like a sport hole. Hola. Oh, hi, being a boy. I like food. Well, I like this. Oh, little that. How about eating up your own plate? Oh, this is good too. And a little this. Have some of your plate. You're like a fly I want to swat away. Get out of here. Oh, man, I'm full of slobs. Here, try one of these. Gracias. It's chocolate. See, when you don't get laid, that's going to happen to Clarence, too. Yeah, you talk about women all the time. Mo only talked about men. I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe I can get a gig singing Boca Brian songs. Del-dee, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You'll scare me. Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, the last few seconds of that. He's the all-time.
Maybe I can get a gig singing Boca Brian songs. Del-dee, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I mean, what more do you need, huh? I could just listen to that all day long. Oh, here's the second race at Churchill Downs.
Rouse Stark mare goes up. All set to start for
What do you want second race at Churchill Downs?
What?
There, off the ring.
Right?
Locked off of the way to grab the early lead from Battler Bob.
Oh, you're talking about spastic. He must know Mark Morgan, this race announcer.
Up to the outside in Graybeard.
Okay. I don't want to leave it on because Hank might be listening. He might have a big bet on it. Don't want to get him nervous. Bill Clinton's speech to a crowd of 750 people Tuesday afternoon condemned the Bush administration policies that he said are undoing progress made during his presidency and that are delaying progress toward affirmative action goals. In his folksy style, the former president departed often from his prepared remarks and referred to his host, Jesse Jackson, as Brother Jackson. His speech focused primarily on the Bush tax cut, which Clinton said would yield him, as a member of a high-income bracket, an extra $80,000 a year. Tax breaks would be better put to use, shoring up education and health care programs for children and Clinton-era jobs programs such as AmeriCorps, he said. Whole story is on our website. Now, speaking of our website today, the one story you must read, or at least look at. Look at the picture and the caption. Tears for the victims of Bush's dirty little war.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Now, this is a picture you and I were talking about this morning before the show. You won't see this picture on that MSNBC Wall of Fame or whatever the hell they call it with all the hearts and flowers, pom-pom cheerleading crap they do. MSNBC, just shut down, okay? Shut it off. Okay, why don't you get the message? Nobody wants to watch your bull crap, okay? Left wing, right wing, middle of the road, you've tried it all. Nobody gives a crap what the sputum that you're putting on the air. MSNBC, my ass. That Chris Matthew with that speech defect. Nobody cares. And that goddamn self-aggrandizing Keith Olbermann, who thinks that he's a very important guy. Oh, jeez. Sports nerds taking themselves seriously. Oh, my God. Tears for the victims of Bush's dirty little war. It says a picture surely is worth 1,000 words, especially the photo of Sergeant Brian Pachalski comforting Sergeant Dave Burrell in Balad, Iraq. Dave Burrell did the humane and proper thing when he tried to get medical treatment for those wounded children. That he was moved to tears when he couldn't help them speaks volumes about him and the decency of the human spirit in hellish situations. But for those of us watching from the comfort of our home, don't shed too many tears for these particular youngsters. Rather save them and multiply them by 1,000,000 and 1,000,000 more for all the suffering Mr. Bush's war has caused and will cause. Save them for the children and adults, Iraqi and Americans shot through with shrapnel, burned, terrorized in their sleep, horrified from watching loved ones blown to bits in front of their eyes. Save them for the survivors who've begun a lifetime of grief. Save them for the children to be born of the veterans of this war, and for the hundreds of generations of Iraqi children yet unborn who will come into this life defective and sick from the genetic effects of depleted uranium weaponry. Save them for those here who will be victims of the violence certain to be spawned by Mr. Bush's dirty little war. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's on there. It's on our website today.
In color.
Take a look at it. Pretty sad. Oh, but that's propaganda, and we got rid of a ruthless dictator, and they just found those pots and pans in that one place. You see that?
Oh, yeah, they found a sprocket.
They found a sprocket and a spigot.
And a cog.
And now they're looking for a freeway. They found spigot, and now if they can just find freeway, they'll have it made. Well, can you imagine, what's Rick Santorum going to say about that Supreme Court decision today, huh? What's he going to be saying about it? Like that?
Gay.
I always liked them fags a lot, you know. What's he going to say?
They're almost like real people.
In case you tuned in late, Supreme Court strikes down the Texas sodomy law.
Oh!
Said the goddamn government should keep their nose out of everybody's bedrooms, and what adults are doing in the privacy of their bedroom is nobody's goddamn business. Okay? 6-3 they voted down, not even close. And let me remind you again of the 3 who voted the other way. I just mentioned this in passing, okay, were the 3 right-wing assholes, Chief Justice William Rehnquist, Antonin Scalia, who could be the most right-wing extremist of them all. Where did I do with the second page of that? Did I Schmidt can it? Oh, that would be bad. No, because I wanted to read, here it is. I wanted to read Justice Scalia's comments again. The court has largely signed on to the so-called homosexual agenda, Scalia wrote for the 3 dissenters. He took the unusual step of reading his dissent from the bench. The court has taken sides in the culture war, Scalia said, adding that he has nothing against homosexuals. Well, thank God for that. Thank God for that, because if not, a lot of us would be marching off for a free shower right now.
Hey, there we go. Hey, y'all, my name is Clarence Eugene Thomas, President Bush's nominee for the Supreme Court. And you know, there's lots of people out there that think just cause I smoked a little marijuana when I was in college. Yeah, there wasn't nothing but a pen joint. Well, maybe a cigar side joint. I don't remember, y'all. That they don't think I'm fit to be on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I got the munchies. Let's do this quick and get out of here. I want to set y'all straight. When I stop reviewing the law, I don't just review the law. Hell, y'all, I be toking. And I toke it to the east, and I toke it to the west, and I toke it while I look up Sandra Day O'Connor's dress. All right. I be toking. Let's go burn one, y'all.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, WQAM.
You might mention my name to Vice Marshal Goering.
Ferrall kicking ass on that bull. Kicking big smelly ass on that bull.
Rectum. Absolutely.
I make time pass with my fat ass sitting down watching the news. I just don't want to use my brain or develop my own views. 'Cause they all smile so smugly, all the pundits that I see, like I'm talking friends. I believe they're my friends, and they really care about me. I
know it's true, convincing too, 'cause I saw it on TV. I know that man there in the White House has the goodness of the Lord. I lost my job, my money's gone, that's what I blame Clinton for. They came for my family, 'cause they did not agree. But I have nothing to hide, so I should be alright until they come for me. I know it's true, convincing too, 'cause I saw it on TV.
Absolutely.
I've got the proof, and it makes it true, 'cause I saw it on TV. Look at there, really saying.
Bye, bye, bye! The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Just pound it silly, and then whatever comes out, eat it.
Absolutely.